What is good, rookies? Welcome to our round 13 Supercoach After Dark. I feel like there's chaos every week, unfortunately. We can't miss everything. We're copping hits and bullets left, right, and center. Smiths are laid out. Of course, there's another laid out for Geelong. Why else? We've got sub rules. We've got rookies getting injured in the VFL. There's so much stuff going on. Ridiculous. We can't get ahead. It's just not allowed. Daniel Green, member of the channel. Thank you so much, mate. I'm keen for this one also. Your regular Saturday night session back in full swing. We will have the usual Supercoach Pro joining us very shortly, along with a no-name, a viewer of sorts that have been hiding away in the DMs. So we're going to give him a crack. We're going to see how he performs under the pressure of After Dark, see if he can keep up with us. But I hope you're well, Daniel. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome in, mate. I'm just going to call you Dragon. No, I know it's a dragon. All these dragons around. Recently, a viewer of the channel who thought I sounded a lot younger than I do. So I don't know if that's a compliment or if I just this season of Supercoach making me age. But we'll see how we go. Kyberoon, another awesome content creator in the space. Welcome in, mate. Daniel Green, huge regret bringing in Bont. Broke the bank. Fucked him sideways. Never fun. Go Mills and Rosie Holmes, Clark instead, we got locked on a Bont. This was always the thing with Bont, and I'd like to know about how, if you brought in the Bont this week, how you're feeling. Do you think it was worth the 640k? Are you a little bit upset because you could probably had better value elsewhere? We had like Mills and Stewart doing quite well for their price. Let me know how you're feeling. Let me know how you're feeling, because I faded the Bont for now. Not saying it's going to stick. And it's a little bit sweet. It's a little bit sweet. CWT, another awesome legend in the community. How are you, mate? Thanks for joining. How do I feel about facing the MRO this week? Looking like 3 weeks. Nah, mate, it was a fair hit. Play on. Fair hit, play on. Give Anderson a cup of cement. Grow some ribs. Literally just play on. That was a fair hit, mate. I don't know what you're talking about. He just went down hard. That's as simple as that. And it's funny because there's actually going to be a little bit of divide on this, especially if there is suspensions, because in accordance to the rules, like there's mixed ways you can look at it and interpret it, which means that the rules are broken because we're getting like 3 different verdicts off one set of rules. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. Game's gone if Shuey goes. Yeah, exactly my thoughts, listen. If we get like a 3-week suspension, if I get a 3-week suspension for this fair hit, this very fair, reasonable hit on Anderson, who just couldn't handle it, we're playing touch footy at this point. It's ridiculous. He also says, I did the same to Daniel when against the gut when Roberts was out. Now I have no reasonable way to get to Butters. I wouldn't say you're a dumbass, mate. A lot these laid out positions and everything like that, they force things, like force choices onto people that haven't given enough time to what the actual move is and how it impacts their week. Like I held Roberts because I didn't want to make a rash decision. And I also really didn't feel like trading him out because if anything, I can trade him out next week and go to Naz if I need an easy avenue to go there. So we'll see how we go. We'll see how we go. We've got our other guests in the stage just waiting. So we're going to go through some early comments and then we'll get them in. Nathan, Stewart can't go for that. I tend to agree. I tend to agree. And outside of that hit, though, how good did Stewie look? He looked like he was running around uninjured, which was really nice. Took some massive intercept marks, which we've been wanting to see since he came back from injury. Like he looks very, very solid. And I'm spewing because if I wasn't stacked in around 16, I would 100% be picking him up. But I just can't. And it's also why I couldn't grab Cardwell as well. Just so annoyed I didn't stick to my value picks, but he's in and my midfield is complete. So, I mean, and this is what I mean. Like the long-term play of Bont will always work out. Let's not get it twisted. Bont is, I dare say, a must play in the season. In some way or form, you have to find a way to get him in. So let's just, don't stress too much. Yes, it probably hurts because there was a value and the value seems to be paying off this week. Well, there's also no guarantee that the value paid off. What's to say Stewie didn't get re-injured? What's to say, Mills, again, with Roberts out, Bice obviously had an uptick in game because for Roberts being out. But Roberts being out, what did that also allow for Mills off the half back? And when Roberts comes back into the mix, what does that mean for Mills? Does it mean more CVAs? There's going to be variance and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, don't beat yourself up too badly, legends. Please, it's not worth it. I know we can all do it pretty clearly, but it's just not worth it. Blizzard, Stewie's my fave player. Catsman 2, started him, traded him, bought him back in. If he's gone, I march up on HQ. Yeah, look, as I said, I would have been bringing him in if I could have. And look, he might still be a decent price after the buy. Like maybe, let's just say he does cop, a couple of weeks. Then, yeah, it'd be really interesting to see what happens. Kai, half the rule say he's fine, but another rule says he gets a week. Personally, think he gets one. Yeah, look, if it's going to be anything, it's probably just one. But even then, it's going to be an uproar. But again, are we also going to be surprised, though? Like, let's be honest. Given the state of the MRO at the moment, are we really going to be surprised at all if Stewie cops like a week or 3? CWT says something very relevant. If Paul Curtis gets 3 weeks for a good tackle, I don't see how Stewie doesn't get the same for an act where he wasn't even going for the ball. It's a fair point. It's a fair point. Like, there's so many ways that people can interpret it. Like, the ball was tapped just away from Anderson, and then he hit him. Like, there was no... I get it. I get it. It's just so hard. And the MRO don't do themselves any favors with some of the rulings that they've given, and then has to go to tribunal, which it will. This will 100% go to the judge. But, yeah, we'll see how we go. Sportsnut. Traded in Whitfield a couple of weeks ago, which is frustrating. Also traded in the Bont this week, which is a bit frustrating. Need a Sherry 200 tomorrow, 100%. I feel like a lot of us are betting on a high score from Sherry, especially with, some people that had Holmes not really going, like, could have gone the sneaky VC on Holmes with Smith out, which I think merits anyone that did that. But with Sherry then, if you have Gorn as well, how can you not VC Sherry into Gorn? It's really hard to bypass that, especially when it's probably been set from the start of the week. But Whitfield's annoying. No one could have predicted this role change. I mean, like, if there was anyone to move from Callahan going out, it wouldn't be Whitfield. But at the end of the day, Callahan will come back. Like, Brett Daniels is now back in the mix, who looks pretty decent for the time on ground that he had too. So he'll be a nice cheap price soon if you need a little value pick moving on after the buy, most likely. But when that mix gets sorted, Whitfield will bounce back, I think. So I think it's just a painful hold at the moment. He gets suspended due to the potential to cause injury. Yeah, that's probably the only thing they're going to pin him on. That's all right. Nathan says, did Anderson actually get concussed? No. There was no confirmed report of concussion from the presser afterwards, to my knowledge. G Money, congrats on the 1K subs. Thank you, mate. For those that haven't heard, we finally cracked the 1K. So if you didn't watch any of the videos during the week for the review or the trade talk, we cracked it. So while it is me behind the camera, that's all thanks to you, legends. So your continued support means absolutely everything. You guys are giving me life to just keep doing this. I love doing it. Like, you literally couldn't pay me. I could do this for nothing, and I'd still do it like I have been. Nothing changes. So you guys are awesome. Bazo, new member of the channel as well. Thanks for joining again, mate. Absolutely appreciate you, and thanks for hanging out. Dimmer said he wasn't concussed. Yep, so it was a bit of a presser. The presser where he confirmed there was no concussion. Willow, 5 p.m. Thursday, 20 playing. At the moment, I'm down to 16, starting at 1600 game. Staring at a 1600 game. This was me last week. And I had like 19 playing. So I feel you. Seeing that 16 as the projection's fucking scary. It's annoying, but it's just 1 week. You can bounce back, Willow. We all do, but it is painful. Kirsten, welcome in. New name. I don't think I recognize you, so welcome in. Thanks for hanging out. These role changes to Whitfield and Sheezer to play forward has been a killer to their scoring. Absolutely, it has. And we kind of got forced to hold Sheezer a little bit we could have easily flipped him before his massive break, even when he was like 550 to like Naz, which we considered it. Probably was the right stage to do it, let's be honest. But anyway, it is what it is. Willow again. Should the MRO change its name to something more appropriate like crap game? Yeah, craps game sounds absolutely correct on that one. To be honest, for the sake of the game, I would hate to see Stewart get any weeks. It was a good fair hit. It was great to actually see a moth is attacking me because I haven't got the cowboy hat on, which is hard to do when I have headphones, but it is here. It's always here next to me. Also, if you guys saw the working in progress trailer for the channel, that was all AI sort of stuff and some crappy Canva photoshopping. But hopefully you guys enjoyed it. It's obviously not serious and just a piss take, but just for a bit of fun. But yeah, I think it was yes, it was probably after play ever so slightly, but we like seeing these sort of hits because it kind of takes us to the footy that we love, like the footy that we grew up with. Like that's the stuff that we love to see. Like, the players egging on, fans and having a bit of personality and emotion in the game, that sort of stuff. Like that's what we love. And then we see this sort of stuff, like the physicality, the big hits, the aggression for the ball and playing hard and actually wanting to get I just read your comment, Will, as it came in. It threw me. I read this, grab that moth, mate, escape from my wallet. I had a good train of thought and he fucking threw me. God damn it, Willow. All right. I'm fairly sure we're going to get one of our guests on. Now, I'm not going to start with Mr. Usual because you already know who he is. But we're going to get on someone who, for all takes, has been quite detail orientated. Has had good chats, helped me make sure my trades are sound. You might have seen him in the community. But word on the street is he's entertaining the idea of getting into the content game. So what we're going to do, we're going to give a trial by fire. And we're going to see if he can handle the After Dark stream. So, without further ado, let me see if I can get this man ready and on. Have a look. Now, I see Brad there. Brad, are you ready? Okay. Give us a quick minute. Let me get this going because I'm going to do a little funky stuff. All right. Brad was here, then he's gone. He's not ready. He'll be in the doghouse. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, been a long intro. Sorry, mate. We got Ghost Bakes in. Mate, how are you?
Good, mate. Apologies for the camera not working. Not a great debut, but
That's all right.
I like my little graphic that I've AI inspired, like yourself, like you said with your intro.
Mm-hmm.
So there's my little one as well. But yeah, great, mate. Keen to have a fun stream, like always watching. So now I get to be a part of it.
Oh, very good, mate. Very good. Yeah, no, it's been a bit of a chaotic round as always. Again, I feel like we expect something shocking to happen every week at this stage. How are
Yep.
you feeling with the chaos? Have you copped many hits? Have you dodged many?
Oh, I was actually doing really well until around about half time of the Port Adelaide Giants game because I happen to own Toby Green,
Oh
who
no.
was subbed off on 8, which was just beautiful to watch. So I actually cracked the shits and went and started watching a movie. So
Yeah, fair enough.
once that happened, yeah, no, but other than that, all my players have actually done pretty well this week. Like I still had Tom Green and Rosie play tonight, and they went pretty well. I had Real, who he had a 7-point first quarter and ended up getting the top score for the Suns. So it was
Yeah, he
looking good
bounced
and
back.
still. Yeah, no, he
He
did. And I was sort of hoping the same for Toby. He started off pretty slow and then he copped
yeah,
that corky and he didn't look right. And he was pretty much a 2 or 3 week cash play for me. It got me Caden Cleary off the field. So
yeah.
I was just looking to make some cash. And unfortunately, the cash he's made, he's probably just lost by actually playing. I would have rather him be laid out.
Yeah, that's not ideal. Not ideal.
No,
But
not at all.
yeah, though, for those that may have seen, we'll call him Ghosty just because that's my nickname I give for him. Ghosty has been around the chat for pretty much the whole season, which has been awesome. He's pretty much swapped ranks with me because I'm pretty sure you're around the 1600 mark.
Yeah,
Yeah,
1600.
so
Was in the top 1,000 a couple of weeks ago, but yeah.
hey,
Still
that's
happy.
all
Still
right, mate.
happy.
That's
Can't
all right. Doing
complain.
better than me. Doing better than me.
We sort of we were swapping back and forth for a bit. We were going just exchanging ranks, which was cool. But Brad's still got us covered, mate. So
oh, 100% he does. It'll be interesting to get his take on a few things once he's good to go.
That's it.
G Money just joined here. What does Butters drop to now? I'm sure. Hope he's still gettable for me. I was actually having a look at this before. Now I'm not sure if this prediction app. I'm not going to show it on screen because it's kind of irrelevant. So I'll just read it to you. I'm not sure if that magic number is updated on this predictor thing that you can install. It's saying 560. I'd probably still say anywhere between 550, 560. Probably not as cheap as we hoped, but still a really good price.
Yeah, I think from what I saw, it was about 560 and a break even of 92, 93 or something. So
oh no,
you got to jump on next week. It's pretty much the play.
Oh, I was not accounting for that. I wanted to grab Naz. Maybe I don't get Butters. Maybe I
Well,
just don't get Bot and Butters and just go for complete value.
well, yeah, I actually had planned mine out, and I was counting on a Toby Green making some money and a Butters probably getting the tag and dropping a bit, and the opposites happened. So I've got enough cash in the bank to get Naz, which is Toby Green will be going to Naz. I've got enough cash for that, and I'm probably still able with my trades this week as long as I get in a McCarthy or someone next week. Hopefully he's playing, but I should still be able to get, because I've got Marich, which I'll be trading to Caldwell.
Yep.
Just to play and make money. But then that original spot was meant to be for a couple of weeks later for Butters. So I'm just going to have to go early on it and get Marich out of my team this week because, it's not going to, he'll lead cash too. So,
yeah, I think people are now going to be forced to do something different this coming week, which will be interesting. Nathan holding Nukem. Look, as much as I don't want to do it. Oh, did I get the moth? I didn't. This fucking moth's going to piss me off. I'm going to hold Nukem until either he's buy or until I get my rookies off field. Like, he's going to be, unfortunately, at this stage, a luxury trade. Just given the chaos, I can't afford not to, I don't know, I have to, if he maintains this, like, I don't know what Hawks did to Bulldogs, but hopefully it's a turned corner and they keep doing what they've been doing. I don't know, Sicily out probably helps them because he's actually absolutely, they call him sick dog, he's shit dog. But anyway, at this stage, Nathan, I am unfortunately holding the nuke, and hopefully he doesn't nuke my team any more than he has. You don't have a nuke him, do you, Ghost? You were a smart man.
No, he was on my sort of list. As you know, I've been going those big body midfielders.
Yeah.
But you actually helped me just before you picked him up. You were talking about Tom Green, that's who I jumped on about a couple of weeks ago. So glad I listened to your original pick instead of the nuke pick.
Oh yeah, I say so much shit. It just depends which one you listen to in the end. Hey,
you're bound to get one right.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, look, if Nukam's my worst pick of the season, I'll take that because he hasn't been as bad. I mean, there's been worse picks. Let's be honest. But
hey,
anyway.
you don't have a Toby Green 2-week play that's done nothing. So
well, that's also very true. Or throw shade at Supercoach Pro. I don't have a Shannon Neal.
We were bonding over that just before. I was like, oh no, how would you feel having Neil get subbed off? And then lo and behold, sharing the pain.
Yep. Oh well. This is Supercoach.
Part of the game. Part of the game.
Roll through fire this season. Like I don't remember my first year last year being this hard, but there you go. James, as a North fan, can see there's a chance Sheasel plays mid with his talks about staying in one role for the whole game. Yeah, I have heard rumors that they've been trialing role switches and all this sort of shit at the front half of the season, and now they're going to try and stick to set roles for the remainder, which I think's like good because it helps us give us a better read. But I mean, I hope. I mean, we probably expect Sheasel to still have at least a 90 odd game against West Coast, but. Yeah, I don't like having Sheasel on my team, but it's like you literally have to hold him now. He's got to break even of 169 at 516. Like he's going to bleed so much cash. He's going to be under 500k most likely. Like it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
What are your
Yeah,
thoughts on Shees?
I actually traded him to Rao on his bye because, as you know, I had too many on the bye week and I wouldn't have even been able to field 18. So my hands were tied.
Yep.
So I'm kind of glad it's worked out well for me so far. And yeah, I knew he had West Coast, but at the same time, he got a 70 against, it was a 70 or a 60, whatever, against Richmond. So if he's playing mid, obviously he was playing a lot forward that game. He might be able to score something decent, but I just coach, like, if you're coaching, usually you play around with it for, a month or two, not really sort of rounds, 13 and stuff. You should be pretty settled of what you want or have an idea by then. And Sheasel's role switched like 3 or 4 times. Like he was mid, forward, then back, and then so as a player, I'd be pretty shitty getting moved around every 2 minutes.
Yeah, I just don't understand it. I really don't understand it. But anyway,
Hopefully he scores well.
Oh, he better repay the faith in some way or form. Like these role changes that coaches are throwing on their players is fucking ridiculous. As Bazzo says, the Whitfield role change has been a killer to the Giants. Also, got pumped by the Tigers. Tigers 2 quarters, so he went back and then drove them over the top. Zurich, yeah. And that's what I mean is like Whitfield's like impact on the game took a massive hit with that role change because he just wasn't able to be that clean distributor and that kind of start of the play from halfback. And we saw him play it a little bit in this game. I'm pretty sure in like the last quarter at least, he kind of went back to that halfback role and got a kick in or two. And seems like there was some sanity left in Adam Kingsley, but just I don't know if it now stays because Daniels is back that can potentially now fill that midfield role, and maybe there's less rotations for Whitfield. So I don't know. It's painful. Oh, Willow. Yeah, I already read that comment. Don't be sorry, mate. It's my ADHD. My attention goes everywhere. Global, welcome in, mate. Thanks for hanging out with us. How much will Butters be next week? Yeah, about that 560k mark. Bit annoying. First time here. Love it. Jack, an absolute beautiful man in the community. Thanks for hanging out, mate. Look, it's going well. I'll give it. It's going okay. Not that I've so far only got Pedler on field. I put Moraes on the bench and chucked an emergency on him in case he came on early. Pretty stiff for Moraes to get the bloody sub-verse after a good performance 2 weeks ago before his bye. But I'm glad he got a goal and doubled his break even at least. So I don't know. Hopefully he keeps a spot in some way or form. I don't know what I'm going to do with him because him and Lindsay are like my ticket to someone else at this point. It's bloody stupid. I haven't checked the week at all of what I've scored. Sometimes it's just better for the brain not to look at the carnage. I agree. Sometimes it's good. That's what I did last weekend because I was away. I barely checked. And when I did check, it was chaos. And I went, nah, I'm not going to check it anymore. I'm going to enjoy my time away. It's almost the equivalent to just deleting the app and then just checking it when you get on the computer at home. Like, it's ridiculous. But hope you're going well, Jack. I know it's very, very cold where you're at. And I can't remember what time it is over there. But hopefully you're good, mate. How are you tracking for this week? I know you got the Toby Green injury, but other than that, how are your players handling the week? I know you got Green, who had a massive game of 139, so love that.
Yes, very happy with that. At least I get one green right. That's good.
Yep.
So far, like I said, I think my lowest score, other than I've got about 20, 21 playing, so got some cover obviously because it's best 18. Baz not playing was obviously hurts everybody, but other than Toby, who is just going to be my lowest scorer and drop out anyway, I think my lowest is Chad, 88, or Rankin 90, whatever. But everyone else, I've had Rosie Rao, Tom Green, I had Dale, I had Dunkley. So it's actually going pretty well other than Toby. I'm more not really annoyed at the score. I'm more annoyed at the cash he's dropped because I'd rather him just not play.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a bit frustrating.
Yeah, and I haven't made any trades yet either. So
Oh, true. That's good. No panic
all
trades if it
mine
trades.
yeah, I'm trying to do them a bit on the fly just in case things happen. But it's sort of just locked in that I'm going to need to bring in a few, but they'll all be for the Carlton Essendon game by the looks of things. So
Yeah,
yeah,
there you go. There you go. As we can see here in the chat, he will be in soon, guys. He is just taking the goldfish for a walk. We love seeing that. Willow, the season is so weird. Even Mr. Noble, Mr. Consistent had a down game. Yeah, it's one of those seasons where anything that can go wrong will go wrong. I feel like we have rookies that play like Pedlar's a perfect example. First two games, 70s. Third game, doesn't even crack a 40. Like, dude. And like now I don't know if his job security is good. Like, oh man, it's just. And then we have Gray go down to the VFL, playing on a farm. Like, I'm just so done. I'm done with these rookies and the sub rule, just ruining everything. It's shocking. Did you end up getting Gray?
no, I didn't. For this exact reason, I didn't trust. I didn't trust Uze or the fact that Bolter was coming back, and the
Yep.
fact that I know a lot of people said that Uze mentioned, "Oh, we want to keep him at AFL level. You want to get him game time." That to me sounded like he was going to be a sub because he can go forward and back. So I'll be grabbing Angus Clark this week just because, obviously, I see a bit of Essendon, and I know I think that wing spot's locked in with Harry Jones out, Sardar Hall is out. Durham's sort of playing more mid forward, and Nick Martin obviously is getting thrown everywhere, and he's just killing it anyway. So I think Clark will hold that wing spot. And other than that, I'm really not trying to bring in any rookies other than probably McCarthy, just the mature age. I've only got Lindsay as a rookie to upgrade anyway, which would have been done this week had Marriage not completely pooed the bed last week and is a must trade this week. So I was pretty good with getting the last rookie off field. But yeah, I'm not rolling the dice unless I'm 100% sure that the rookies are playing, man.
Yeah, it's kind of the things where we kind of take a chance on a rookie. We're like, okay, maybe we'll move a dead rookie to this rookie and
Yeah.
hope for the best. And then sometimes it just doesn't fucking work out.
Well, that was my thing with Toby Green. I was like, I'd rather roll a dice on someone that can score a 120, which he has 4 times this year, than roll a dice with a rookie and it's just job security. I'm just sick of that. Subs and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I get that. It's yeah, it's a little bit frustrating. And I think for Clark, like, yeah, the job security is there. I think the only person that could potentially threaten is it Guelphy?
Guelphy is more of we actually use him as, he usually stops the intercept defenders. I was a bit surprised. He quelled Zorko last week, but
Yeah, I was gonna say he
I
was
actually
on
thought
Zorko last week.
he sort of does what Malcolm does for the Demons, where they try to usually lock down either a running or an interceptor. So I think Guelphy will stick on that half forward role.
Yeah.
I don't see him really going to win. He hasn't got like that speed and pace like a few of the other boys. So I would say a Darren or a Martin would go to a wing before the Guelphy.
Yeah. No, it's good. I mean that there's no one else coming for the job then. So perfect.
Yeah.
Love that. Hopefully Clark's probably one of the very rare rookies that we have that actually works out, maybe.
Well, his coach
Harry.
is Scott.
Well, that's also true. He's a Scot first and foremost, so we both know
Yeah.
how temperamental the Scots are from a Supercoach perspective. But
Mm-hmm.
Harry, welcome in, mate. Thanks for hanging out with us. Paid $550K for a high half forward. I think you're referring to Whitfield. But yeah, I mean, what can you do? Like, you really can't do anything about the role change for someone who was an All-Australian halfback, first and foremost, and you're throwing him high half forward. Like, it just makes no sense. But I don't know. I'm calling it since Brett Daniels is back in the scene and Kelly's back in the scene, they're probably going to make some rotation adjustments, and hopefully we see Whitfield back in the halfback mix. But you never know. You never know. Luke, welcome in, mate. Thanks for hanging out. Stewart straight in. It was going to wait for Butters, but Bontron at Marvel's too good. If you could facilitate the buy, then sure. I'm not sure what Stewart's price will be at now. but I don't mind it. He looked great. And as long as he's free of suspension in some way or form, is what he went 111 tonight, which, again, going based off this probably not accurate projection, probably sitting around the 450 mark still, ish, close to that. So 450 for Tom Stewart, I think that's pretty good.
Still pretty
He's
cheap.
still pretty cheap. He looked uninjured this game as well, which looked really good.
Yeah.
Like the plays that he was making and how he bounced back from them, whereas previously he was a bit slow to kind of get back to it. Whereas this week I felt like he was looking really good. Obviously, there's always going to be an injury cloud around him for the rest of the season, and always chances he gets managed if it gets aggravated or anything like that. But for 450 in a season where we're really struggling to find cash, I don't think he can go wrong. So long as he's free of suspension, I don't mind the trade in. What are your thoughts on Stewie?
Yeah, no, I love the pick. I was just obviously looked at a few other things before grabbing him, and I just wanted to get a good look at him. Still in possible plans, but I think I'm probably more sold on the Mills option as a cheaper. Is even cheaper than Stewie, but I think he's passed the test so far. And I just, you never know, like I said, with a Scott. So he could be rested. He could. So that was the only thing that detracted me from the pick. But I know a few people that have gone with him, and he's done 2 back-to-back tons, man. So he's a good pick so far. Can't deny that. And at the price, very, very good.
No, it's been very, very good. I agree. Matthew, what a mess of a season. People are agreeing with him. I do agree. Like, I think about back to last season, which, again, I had no context on how Supercoach has played because it was my first year. But I don't remember it being this hard or difficult to make cash gen. Like, the issues I made for myself last season were sidewaysing primos. My rookies were fine. I made cash. I just sidewaysed a lot of primos and wasted trades. Like, it's just such a, as Matthew has said, it's a mess of a season. Like, does this just mean next year we're in for a really good year? Like, are we just going like through a trial by fire situation? And next year, are we all going to have PTSD? I think we are. We're going to have PTSD after this season on Supercoach and just question everything. Going to be ridiculous. I love Stewart. Projected 1928 after collecting Stewart, Newcomb, and Callum Smith. Some solid gets in a bad week. You're a brave man for picking up Newcomb.
I knew you were going to say
man.
that. As soon as I saw it, I knew you were going to go, wow, you picked up Newcomb?
I mean, he's here for a reason in my background. And if the play is here, I mean, you probably should pick him, actually. Because Hewitt was here for a while, and he played very well. Maybe that's the play. Maybe if we want players to do better, or play well, maybe I'll put them as the background. Maybe that is the reason why Newcomb gave us a 114 this week. We'll have to test the theory. I should have changed this there. I should have changed this to who's one of my pods. Oh,
I think Newcomb is a pod, isn't he?
He is a pod. He is a pod. I need to give it to Sheasel. Just because we want Sheasel to turn around.
No, I'd be putting more Newcombs. I make like 10 of them in your background, and hopefully that's the turnaround.
Gang of nukes, I love it. But yeah, no, decent projection, mate. As I said, me and Brad will always say, don't read too much into projections. At this time, we've still got tomorrow and then Monday as well. So a lot can change in 3 days. A lot. But without further ado, let's jump in and get this man back to stage. How are you, Brad?
I'm in, mate. I'm just getting out the moisturiser because Callum Mills today, lads. 107. Here we go. I can't even get the moisturiser out. There's none left after today's game. So, yeah, 357K. Sorry?
I was going to say I might have to go find one of those crusty socks.
Yeah, probably. I mean, I've even got my lightsaber out. Like it's a little bit smaller than usual, but I can't even get it out because you can't. There we go. So, yeah, pretty excited today. So
can't get it out because you can't see it. You've heard that before.
Yeah, it's something I'm frequently used to. At this point, I'm a little bit scared that my phone doesn't have 50 times zoom, but it's nice to join us. Shannon Neal, aka Shannon Knoll, decides to tweak an ankle or something, and really dampened my watching of the Cats because they're my second favourite team not to watch. But barring that, it's been a pretty good week. I've been listening to you guys as I've been babysitting Bubs, and yeah, so no. Hopefully you guys are going well for your round so far. I heard that, yeah, Toby Green's matched Shannon Neal's bloody scoring, so feel for you, mate.
Oh God, I actually would have given a bit more if he could match Shannon Neal's score. He didn't even get close to it.
Yeah. What about me? I guess.
That's it. That's it.
Oh, it's good to have you in the stream, mate. Good to have you back. How's your goldfish walk? Fresh legs?
It's good. Yeah, fresh legs. He's still chilling there, so it's all good for now. If I have to mute my mic at some point, I will, but it should be okay for now, I reckon.
Nah, easy. James, she's also went into the midfield post-buy last year, only had one sub-ton post-buy. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I don't have any faith in what Clarko is trying to do with that squad at the moment. So, and considering Sheasel's had like 4 role changes in just half a season, like I know there's talks of roles actually sticking, but what we used to say, Sheasel doesn't get stuck with that half-forward role, and then we're all screwed. Like it's annoying. Brad, did you hold Sheas or did you trade Sheas?
I had to hold Sheas, unfortunately. So I don't really know what's going to happen. I think he'll just be my D7, M9 at worst if I can afford depth on my side. But it'll be interesting to see how it goes for the rest of the season. Sorry, my cat just flicked something off the table. Typical cat.
Typical. Yeah, it's one of those. I'm kind of. To be fair, at this point, I'd probably hold Newcomb rather than Sheasel because at least I know what Newcomb's role is.
Yeah, that's correct. At least he got CBAs where Sheasel used to know because Clarko doesn't know how to coach, and he had a gifted team back in the Hawthorn era.
Oof, I love it. I love that call. It's pretty true at the moment, given the record. I knew this name would pop up because he did all right. McAuliffe. How are we feeling about McAuliffe? Seems like he's done his job as that kind of Ned Long type pick at the moment. Brad, you're a Tigers boy. What are you thinking of those that picked up McAuliffe? You reckon it stays at this sort of consistency around that 80 to 90 mark, or do you reckon there'll be a drop off at some point?
Yeah, I actually reckon it does. I didn't pick this myself because I didn't have the kahunas to do it, but I think you're right. I think Ned Long is the equivalent to this play. Like he's been in the system for a few years. He's a high draft talent pick. Just never got game time because Cochin was playing in the midfield as well. So I don't know what he averaged, maybe 85 to 90. But his time on ground sometimes a bit low, but he's a good pick for those mid-price ones that you sort of went for. He's probably the top 3 you would have picked in hindsight, but I wouldn't have picked it because I thought he was at least 4th banana behind Hopper, Taranto, and now Prestia. So, yeah, wow, there you go.
What about you guys, Stu? What do you reckon of McAuliffe? Were you thinking about him, or did you have reservations?
Obviously, when his name popped up, I had a look at him, and if he was around that 230, 240K mark when I was thinking about it, but he was like 280, 290, and I was like, it's just a weird price, and he'd really have to average high like Ned Long has and sustain it. But yeah, I wasn't a fan of watching him today because not that I'm playing for leagues, but my opponent had him running around, and he actually outscored my Chad Warner, who he didn't have, so that was great. But yeah, just he's done really well. He's made some cash, and if you picked him up, well, it was a good pick. Can't really say anything. He's done the job that everyone's asking of him, so well done.
No, I like it. And you mentioned one name there, Brad, that I'd want to ask because some people are probably seeing it, especially after last week. But I saw some people trade him in this week off one game, and I called him very, very special people. Prestia.
Yeah,
any interest?
I wouldn't touch him with a 10-foot pole or my 2-inch pole at this point, but mate, he just has too many hammies and soft tissue injuries. He couldn't go there. If he sucks people in, then so be it. But as a Tigers man, just don't do it to yourself. He probably won't play more than 6 games from here on out. And that's not. I actually love Prestia. He's probably my second favourite player in the current squad. So yeah, I don't know. It's just one of those seasons where actually they thought he was going to retire for the mid-season draft opening spot if he hadn't have actually recovered. Is what the Richmond fans reckon. I'm sure Studi in the chat might know something similar to that, but that's what we were hearing for months now. And he's an elite player, but he's more draft relevant if you can pick him up on a draft wire, but you certainly wouldn't do it in Classic because you're trading him out in a fortnight.
Yeah, and I think that's probably the consensus I've seen around the Waterhole is, yeah, he's been doing well, but does he finish the season? Does he play out the 11 games? and it's probably not. He probably doesn't. Like, there's probably something that tears him down, or at least makes him change.
You know what I'd love to see is the amount of people that didn't want to touch Tom Stewart with a 10-foot pole because he's injury prone that have jumped on to Prestia after one game. I reckon there'd be a few.
Oh, if there were people trading him in off one game, and then he comes, I think, what did he end up scoring this week? Let me have a quick suss.
Oh, it's like a 120, I think.
Yeah, a 121. After those two games, there are definitely going to be people that are going to go there instead of Stewie, for example. Because I think Presti is still around that
430, roughly. Pretty much what Stewart was last week.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. I think there are going to be people that pick him up. And it might just be a buy situation. You can pick him up. Was it after they have their buy next week?
Yes.
When do Tigers have their buy? Round 14. Yeah. So they have their buy next week. So he's a pick up after the buy. It might just be a buy game. They go, oh, well, I was going to go Stewart, but I'm taking the same risk with like Prestia, for example. So maybe they go there. Be interesting to see how it plays out, though. Willow, rollercoaster ride with so many of my primos making me seasick. Zorko drive me mad, but don't dare trade him out as he's likely to smash a 130. And then there's a few others doing the same. Well, I mean, like, facts. Zorko is very frustrating at this point, especially if you paid overs for him. But like a Dunkley, perfect example. Shocking last week, 72, but then bounces back for a 120 with a run with roll. It's nuts. So good.
I was actually talking to Brad about this earlier. Like the wet weather footy, you got to look into that. If you're playing, obviously, if you're a team that a Marvel-based team, it's not going to matter at all because you'll be under the roof all the time. But that's why my team's got like a Tom Green, a Rowell, a Dunkley, because wet weather. Like Rowell had a 7-point quarter and still end up top scoring just because he had like 13 tackles or whatever it was. The wet weather specialist, man, it's not for clean footy. So get these big boys in that lay the tackles, mate.
Oh, I like it. I like it. It's definitely a good theory. And like that's the main thing is like you can come into the season with lots of theories. Like my theory this season was like the second banana. And that seems to have played out in probably a positive bonus for those that picked up like the second bananas and avoided the tags. Obviously a bit trickier with teams. I'm reverbing off someone. Who am I reverbing off? Gonna be one of you two. Who's got me coming through speakers?
Oh, hang on.
Of course, it's Brad.
Is it? I'll turn off my phone. Phone's off if that was the case.
Let's see. I can still hear myself.
Well, mine's been the same the whole time and I haven't heard it. So,
do you want me to try chucking my mic?
Yeah, go ahead, try it.
All right, BRB. I just got to get my mic.
All right, can I mute this fucker? I'm gonna mute him. See if I mute now. Oh, there's no reverb. Oh my goodness. It was Brad. What a dog. Also, great background he's got. Just while we wait for him. So
I think that was
Stewart.
him watching Playing Wheels today, I reckon.
I reckon it was. that was him getting ready to take Callum Mills. Perfect. We got 1,072 with 7 to play, and Sherry C could produce anything. Phil Gorn and Sherry are over projected. Oh, 100%. Sherry's projected at a 170 and Gorn's at a 143. I think Sherry might go a 140 and Gorn maybe a 120 at best. Like, I've got Sherry VC'd, so I'm not even including that in my captaincy equation. So, we'll see what happens. But who are your VCs, Ghosty? Like VC and C?
Yeah, VC is Sherry.
Yep.
I was actually going to say 170 could be unders, man.
If he doesn't Gorn, that's true.
If Gorn got a 190, so I'm obviously you take it with a grain of salt. If he gets you a 140, 150, you take it anyway. You're just hoping for a big score. But if that fails, as a captain, I'd probably fall back on Dacos. I don't have a Gorn, so it'd either be him or I don't know, maybe. I'm sort of a bit spooked with the TDK thing, so if I do get him in, which I probably will, I won't be putting him captain just in case. But I think Sherry will do the job, man. I don't think you really need to worry about it.
Definitely not.
Can you hear me?
All right, Brady. I can.
All right. Sorry, that might have been me. Very special. I only did VCAL, as we know. So I got some DP because I feel like I'm carrying the team tonight. I only just started. So I'll just rub those out into my shoulders and then you guys can lift a bit.
Yeah.
I'm
Sounds good. Sounds good. Alrighty. We got Travis. Currently have Levi F7 with a full forward line, 300k in the bank. Got Butters and Bont this weekend. Only need 1 premium mid and 8 trades. That's pretty good state to be in, I think. Already got the big boys in. Kept Levi. I think Levi was a fine hold. I traded him out, but it was looking a little bit sketch there because he was only probably around the 50 mark, and then obviously because of the game being close, I think he got scaled a fair bit towards the end to help him get closer to his BE. So, do you have Levi Ghosty?
No, I traded him for probably a few weeks ago. Actually, I got him in. I got Dawson and Dunks in the same week.
That's right. Yep.
And I think Dunks got a 130 in that week or something like that. So yeah, just timed that well. The only rookie I've got left is Lindsay on field.
Yeah.
So yeah,
so
and pretty much he's going to be Callum Mills will be my flex. So yeah, pretty much got. I've worked out my trades for the next few weeks as long as things go to plan, and I should have full primo side with about 5 trades left. So, and then just do some sidewaysing if things pop up.
Very nice. I like it. Brad's just disappeared on us again. He's going to get milk. He's going to get milk, and he's never coming back. My goodness. G Money paid up for Lebar just for him to drop a lovely 74. I mean, this was the issue with Treloar being back in the side, right? And I was expecting maybe, like we saw, I said before in our trade talk that I'd probably expect a bit of regression from Bont, or it'd be interesting to see the midfield mix to see what happens with like the scoring Supercoach wise. It looks like Libba definitely took a hit. I'm not sure what else played into Libba's 74, but it could just be the Treloar effect of having all the mids. Like you got Fraser that still gets in there as well, I think.
Libba got thrown half back a bit.
He did too, didn't he? Yeah.
And I think that was the swap with Fraser because he was coming off the half back. So yeah, I think they're going to play around with the mix a bit. I think so. Just things you think would be common sense, like Libba's a tackling machine. He's a contested bull. Why would you take him out of the midfield? Like, just while you got him, use him, man.
I mean, he's been really good though. Like, it's definitely not a bad trade in. Like, there's so much sound logic behind it. What was his CBAs? I only had 46% CBAs. That's nuts. What was his heat map? Yeah, his heat map's disgusting. Yeah, not surprising at all. But yeah, unfortunate, mate. I mean, there was plenty of logic behind getting them in. Just that carnage that hits this round. Nathan, thoughts on Mills post buy? I think it's a perfect value pick straight after buy. I literally cannot fault the pick. The only thing is I would say is manage your expectations. I'd love to see what Mills's role looks like with Roberts in the squad. But again, we may just have to bite the bullet. He's at a cheap price, so you can kind of afford to take that risk with him as well. You know, like if I can get Moraes up to him with a dead rook, I'm 100% doing that. If I can get Lindsay up to him with a dead rook as well, I'm doing it in a heartbeat. So that's my thoughts on Mills. What do you think on Mills, Ghosty?
Yeah, no, like I said, I plan on him being my last Lindsay to Mills and have him as my flex most likely. Or like, you know, if I got DPP, so it doesn't really matter where he plays. I want him in though. I didn't watch the whole game, but I think it said that Bice played a bit of wing. So just when Roberts comes back, he still might be playing that half-back mid sort of role anyway. So like you said, temper your expectations. He's not going to get a 107 and get Brad all chubbed up and happy every week, but I reckon you can average an 85 to 95, and that's solid. It beats a rookie. He's cheap. Me and Brad were talking about it just before the game, and he was sort of seeing if I was going to trade him in, and it just would have stuffed up my buys a little bit. So I said, "No, man, but pull the trigger if you're into it." And he pulled the trigger, and this is why he's ranked higher than I am, and it just works out for the man unless you're Shannon Neal.
And this is the thing, right? Is like the trades that you make really depend on your ranking as well. Like if you're within the top 100, you can't really follow the pack because you're trying to get ahead. Whereas if you're trying to climb, you're trying to mitigate damage if you have leaks in your team, essentially. You know, I'm kind of just doing a rogue. I'm going rogue. Like I've bought in Newcomb. I started with Richards, got in Green, kept Shearer, kept Sheasel, you know, keeping Roberts, like going, I wouldn't say against the pack, but like not essentially following the pack at all turns, which works out in some way or form, but it can also hurt at the same time. Like I went very early in Sinclair and paid, you know, at his price essentially, which is never fun because everyone else got him very, very cheap, but is what it is.
Sorry, can you hear me?
Yep, we got you.
Cool. Yeah, sorry about that. My goldfish woke up.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
Love that.
Didn't walk him long enough.
No, it did not walk him this time. Great question here by Sim. Might be a dumb question, but I have a green 139 VC into Sherry. Normally I take green every day of the week, but this week, do we take a 139 VC?
I think he's taking the mickey here. Yeah, you definitely do.
100%. There's no world you don't take a 139 VC. I don't care who you got as your captain. I don't care that it's Sherry against Flynn. You take that every day of the week. Like you got a guaranteed 139 and you're hoping that Sherry goes over that. There's also no guarantee that Sherry does.
Yep.
Like we expect it, sure, but something could happen. Like it's yeah. I take the 139 guarantee. Easy. Absolutely. Who are your VC and Cs, Brad?
No, I'm not telling because I'm playing for first. Nah, VC Jerry. I actually haven't chucked a C on anybody really. It would be gone if I have to, but I'm pretty confident in VCing Sherry because DCam's a hack, or whoever he's playing is a hack. It's actually Flynn, isn't he?
Flynn.
Yeah.
Flynn, my bad. I'm just taking swipes at Collingwood because I actually love to watch them. So, yeah, probably it's got to be Sherry, doesn't it? Like he's going to go 135 plus, I believe. And then my worst case scenario, I think most people will go Gorn or Dacos after that would be the logical play. Yeah. But again, it'd be nice to have a VC pod, but just had nothing that I liked in my side personally. Who did you guys do? Have you already spoken about it before?
I've gone Sherry into Gorn. I could have flipped it to Holmes. I considered it, but it's just hard to pass up a VC of Sherry. Yep. And I think, Ghosty, you mentioned you've got a VC on Sherry, and then you might go into Dacos.
Yeah, I think this week you had to, with the buys and buy players and stuff that you got for your loops, I think you put the VC on the bloke you think's going to score the most, and I think he should score the most.
Hey, just off topic slightly, I bought these glasses that are for like nighttime glasses. I just want to see your thoughts and what you guys think because they're just hilarious. Wait for it, lads.
Goodness.
What's going on, lads? It's for after dark, so I can actually see a lot better now. I look like I should be banned from schools and all sorts of things. I'm just going to leave it on for 2 minutes and see what the reaction is from the crowd. But anyway,
are they like the RLG sort of style?
I don't know.
Yeah, they literally are. They literally are. That's great. What did you get it from Kmart or some shit?
Shein. I'm a real fiend for Shein. Jump on Shein, lads. It's an app that not only for women for dresses, it's also for men that want to pay tight-ass cheap technology things. Sometimes, though, the actual size isn't what it actually shows you online, so you've got to be careful of that because, yeah, you get catfished, and, yeah, I've been catfished multiple times.
Oh, I'm going to leave that. I'm not going to touch that because I could go on for hours.
You'll see it coming now.
I
know. Get catfished with those on. You'll see it coming.
I'll see all the fraud through here now.
Yeah.
That's the secret weapon to get to rank number 1, those things, I reckon.
Well, they're probably going to get me to rank 5,000 if I keep these on.
You know what? I think you've just unlocked the equivalent of my cowboy hat on your channel. This is the glasses.
I surely shouldn't keep this. Yeah, I already look stupid as it is. This is just going to make me look even smarter.
I love it. Before we move on, for the 91 of you that are hanging out with us, thank you so much for taking your Saturday night time to wind down with us absolute questionable people that you're spending time with. But if you are here, make sure you just give the stream a quick like. Make sure you go check out Brad, Supercoach Pro 91. Go give him a sub. If you're not subbed here already, I know what you're doing. Takes you 2 seconds. Go do it down below. And Ghosty may do content next season, so just keep an eye on if you see that name floating around next season. Studi, McAuliffe to Butters would be a huge win. Long was initially the plan to trade to Butters, but man is just too good to ditch. Yeah, Long. Good old Nettie Long. Long Shlong. There's no need to trade him, surely.
Sorry, my brain froze with these glasses on. Yeah, there's definitely no reason to trade Long at all.
Fucking hell. Oh, man. Yeah, and you've got Long, haven't you, Brad?
I had him, and then, he was all gone a few weeks ago, and then decided to go 130 and made me look stupid. But I don't know. Sometimes you got to cover these rookies to get primo. You don't ever foresee Long going 130 after back-to-back sort of 90s and whatever.
Yeah, it's like me with Zach Reed. I didn't expect him to go 130 a week or two after I traded him out, but here we are. Ghosty, do you have Long? I can't remember if you do.
No, I don't have Long.
Right, you're in the boat with me.
Big miss.
Yeah, we're swimming in a river of tears. That's what we're doing. Brad's favorite lube, tears. Anyway, Lizzie King. People will be much better at the game after the season, you think? Very challenging, lots of lessons. Yeah, I was saying something about this earlier, Brad. Do you think we're going to get PTSD from this season? Going into next season with all this chaos?
We'll fall for the same mistakes next year anyway. It's a cycle. I've been playing this shit for 10 years, and we'll say don't trade out your primos. Round 6 will come and we'll trade out Sinclair because he's gone back-to-back 80s. So it will happen time and time again. I think it's really valuable to realise there is some in the community that are constantly top 500. They're the guys that you sort of want to give a follow on X and see what they're doing every year, because this year I've learned from my mistakes, but I could still have a poor year next year. So I think what me and Ghost have been talking off air, and same with you as well, is sometimes the gut feel is the way to go. You can put all these bullshit statistics and, all this stuff, and some of it works. Don't get me wrong, like 60% of the time. Anyway, you know what I'm talking about.
60% of the time, every time.
Yeah, so you just sometimes just got to go with the vibe, unfortunately. I hate the word using go with the vibe on a stream, but it's a shocking one. But just go with your gut is what I probably meant to say. And that's what I did with Mills here. Copped a little bit from the chat. So then I gave him a little bit of a how you going on Twitter just to actually go fishing again. It actually wasn't really anything more than a fishing post, to be honest. And I'm normally nice in my replies anyway, so I was just happy that Mills didn't get injured because I was actually shitting myself, if I'm completely honest with you guys.
But
I had a feeling you might have been.
You had Keezy last night that was you had a strong feeling on, and you end up using that by not getting Keys. That was the motivation to get Mills because you just followed.
Yeah, exactly, Ghosty. That was what we were saying in the voice notes. Is like sometimes you got to back your gut, and I was keen on Keys, and I just sort of put it in a throwaway on a Thursday night stream, I think, and then I was like, maybe I should really go there. It could be the player of the day. He's up against his old side. He's got back-to-back 100s. He was 100K cheaper than Bolton, and he scored an 8 similar to Bolton or whatever the hell he did. But he was the player of the week, and he's 397K. I'm not sure I'll go there this week because I've got a bit of bank put aside, but I still think he's a good shout if you can't finish off your side. At worst, he can go to like a Horn Francis or Darcy, and maybe you can profit 80 to 90K.
Yeah, no, I like it. And for those that go around the community a fair bit, you would have seen that Supercoach Horse from the Insight Boys actually brought him in from a like achievement and then VC'd him because the video or the stream reached a decent amount of likes. So worked out in his favor some way or form. Lizzie King continues and says, most past seasons, it's a matter of when you get the best players on lines, not if. Yep. Yeah, I still think it's still very similar. I think the caveat is just that our cash gen's been more stalled than it has been previous seasons. Like, it's just tricky. TTSC, Zorko and Neil have been such a frustrating owns. What happened to Neil? Why didn't he?
Which one?
Like, not your Neil. Not your Neil. Maybe both. I mean, both. I mean, Lucky Neil only got a 92. He didn't play that amazing.
I think Lachie Neal's been really disappointing, and I think it's a bit of a age regression with some of these primos. I think we're seeing them, maybe not running out games as clean as what they used to, or they're always going to fall off a little bit. But his ceilings are enough to keep him in your side. He's not your worst player because he's an awesome VC any given week. You just don't want to captain a bloke like that. That's the only issue with Neal.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's lost a lot of the captaincy trust for most people that either started with him or brought him in when he was cheap. And yeah, I mean, you also throw into the mix as well. You got just that whole midfield balance. Like you got McCluggage, you got Will Ashcroft, you got Dunks. Even Berry's getting up there now.
Yeah, Berry back-to-back 99s. Like, what the hell? He was mentioned on the stream the other night by, I think it might have been Aqua. Like, these weird picks, you just send it. Someone was saying about Bergman, and Bergman gets a 129 tonight. What a week.
I know. And that's what I mean. Sometimes you just go with your gut, and sometimes your gut says, oh, this weird pick might be the play.
Yeah, like Shannon Neal. I went on my gut for Shannon Neal. Look how that freaking ended. Fucking, he decides to start saying, what about me? He gets twisted ankle. And have you seen the legs on that bloke too? He just makes me look like I don't even go to a gym, but I probably don't. But yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I get you. His legs are probably the size of my torso. So. Yeah, his legs are definitely taller than your total height, for sure.
Hey, only you've seen my height in person. That's a shout out to Caleb Daniel. We're roughly the same height, but one of us plays football and the other has a YouTube channel.
Yeah, no, who's the winner out of that, I wonder?
The one with the flog glasses right now, I suppose.
I love it.
So I don't play for fucking North.
I'm going to come back to this stream and screenshot a clip of you with these glasses on. For sure. For sure. It's happening. Willow, AA has been around for years. He's starting a new group, Supercoach All Australian, expecting a lot of inquiries at the end of the season. Interesting. Dragon, seen this lad on YouTube a few years ago. I think he's talking about you, mate. A mature age rookie.
Oh yeah, I've been around for 4 years, and it took me 4 years to get 1K. So I'm like Team U, Michael Barlow at this point.
Oh, you should have just said Sheen. Would have matched.
Or that, or just Neil, basically.
Or just Neil. Yeah, I like it. Useless Supercoach. Seems like this season summed up pretty well. This round's a write-off for me. Just awful. 4 primos out, and then a Baz late has killed me. I guess the good thing about a Baz being out late is it got everyone, I guess.
Yeah. Do you reckon how many people traded him out? Does Ghost know?
No. I haven't heard anybody trading him out, but there will be blokes that trade him out just to try and get ahead. Like, they would have heard it probably and just done a quick pivot like you've had to do last week getting Shannon Neal in. But, yeah, I'm not trading him out. I'm holding him. Like, everyone's got him. He's a gun player. It's just a bit of tightness or whatever they were saying. So, yeah, I think he'll be fine.
I think it was actually weather poisoning from the week before, I'm hearing.
Yeah. No, he did too much work at Cotton On during the week and just turned up a bit sore. Apparently, yeah, that's it. I just go to the warehouse Cotton On. Apparently, 995 teams traded him out.
There you go.
So, it'll be interesting.
Who are you trading to? Like, who would you pivot to?
I don't know. You'd have to, throw him in flex and then pick up someone else?
You'd have to, because the forwards are pretty garbage.
Yep. It'd be interesting to see what happens now. James don't understand why he's still in half forward. The preseason he had 16 TBAs and had 36 and 1 with 9 score involvements. I'm not sure who this is referencing. Probably Sheasel.
I would say Sheasel.
Yep. TWT. How many playing for you lads this week, and how many of them are primos? Great question. Let me count them. I've got 22 playing.
Wow.
But primo wise, yeah, I'm Gucci. But mind you, there's rookies dangled in there. There's at least 4 rookies in there, so it's whatever. So what do we got? We got 1, 2. I got 16 primos. The rest are rookies. Sorry. 17. 18. Fuck, I'm absolutely fucking blind. I need those glasses, Brad. Can you flick them over? I'm blind as shit.
Oh, we're still on. I've got 15 primos. I actually want to crack a Han Solo right now. It's sitting in my fridge and it's talking to me, and I think it would match the Sunnies at the moment. But I think I got 15 primos and about 3 rookies, and I've had to change my trade. So I bought in this week. I bought in Dale for those that don't care, and Mills and Clark, the Essendon variety.
Nice. Very nice. Yeah, I've got 18. So in a perfect world, all my primos should just count and none of my rookie scores should. So should be a good week, hopefully. What about you, Ghosty? How many you got?
I've got. It's harder for me to work out because I haven't done the fucking trades yet. So I'm trying to count out the ones that I'm trading out. By my count, I got 22 playing, and that'll be Carol, Clark, and Lindsay will be my only rookies. But I've got Toby Green's bag of shit 8 as well. So I think that's 18.
Ghost, he'll be a good rookie downgrade too. Actually, I'm looking forward to paying 200k for him.
Yeah, I reckon. Hopefully he doesn't get a knee to the ass and then cry about it and get subbed off.
You're probably going to have to actually hold him in all seriousness, though. Like at this point, people are going to pick him up for like 250. I don't know. At this point, you almost may as well ride him as your F6, F7 later on the track and sort of upgrade around him because he's lost so much money this week, I'd imagine, unfortunately.
Well, I brought him in last week and he had a break even at 20. He got barely a 60, but he went up 20 to 30k, nearly 30k. So his break even was still 47 or something. So he got an 8, which I rage slammed the laptop shut when he was up to 17 and then he decided to just give a 50 away for literally no reason. He was about 10 minutes late to get to the mark and he's just like, oh, sorry. So I knew his score would have like halved at that point. So I went, nah, that's it. And then I was like, he's going to get subbed off at halftime. I just know it. So, yeah. And then, checked my phone about an hour later and, subbed off on 8. It was beautiful. So, but no, I've got enough money next week, Braddles, to get him to Naz. So that was always the plan. It's just going to cost me a bit more than I thought it would.
Who's this bloke? I don't know this bloke with the sun. You took the glasses off. I don't even know who you are anymore.
I can actually see now. They're not actually good to wear inside. I feel like I'm basically just in a Stevie Wonder at the moment. My eyes are still adjusting.
Love it. Oh, man. But yeah, no. So overall, we're pretty much a mixed bag in regards to Primo's playing. But I'm hoping this is one of the better weeks for me because I need to bounce back after a shocking score last week.
Speaking of mixed bag, if the Cats win the finals, we know where Baz is going to go to, don't we?
What?
No, you're not getting my reference here. You are, but you're sweeping it under the rug. Remember what Baz said what Baz said to the AFL about the nose beers?
Where he would go? I don't know about where. I just know he'd be doing nose beers.
Did you see it, Ghost?
Yeah.
Oh, it made me feel like I was in a simulation here talking about something.
Rookie's just fucking with you.
Yeah, legit. You got me good.
Gotcha. Josh Sheldrick, McAuliffe, Barry, Ned Long, best pick rookies, and Harvey Langford.
Yep.
Yeah. Sheldrick was an interesting one though because he copped the vest heaps. Like, I still think there was logic not to pick him up, and now it's obviously bit me in the ass. But
Sheldrick's the hindsight pick, though. People are like, oh, what a miss. But as you guys said before, he's been such a sub-risk. Why the hell would have you gone there? It's just sort of one of those Erasmus situations where if I was to get a pick next week and I wanted Erasmus, that'd be the Sheldrick of the future, supposedly. But apart from that, it's only got I'll touch for 200k. But I think it just sort of fucks your upgrades. Honestly, going 200k doesn't make any sense at this point in the season.
Yeah.
And that's exactly it, right? It's like you spend up 150 plus on a rookie to get your Sheldrick type on a hope that they do a Sheldrick or a Ned Long, but it's not always guaranteed. Like, your Neils, your Shannon Neils, your easiest example. Just had to throw it out there. I don't know who else has been there. Bailey Humphries. You throw these extra cash at players and you hope to have that rollout. Marek was a successful one as well. We probably see more success in these type of picks this season than others, I'd imagine. When you really think about it.
I think you're actually right. I think I think this year too, I think the risk reward is so high. I think you see a lot of the top sides by taking these fluky sort of picks that you think, no way that's going to work. It actually has, and it has gone by maybe CBAs or a role change or an injury down back has allowed another player to go back and take that role, such as like a bias with Cunners out, like all that sort of stuff aligns. So I think maybe it has been their past seasons, but this season's probably been one of the more seasons we've actually looked into it, just with the content creators out there as well and the community in general, and X sort of, spitting these ones out so everyone has a look.
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm kicking myself I didn't take a risk on them. But anyway, here's what it is. We live, we learn. Studio reckons Prestia is a huge stab in the dark. If you reckon is already terrible, it generally might be worth a crack for the sake of a huge pod. Otherwise, avoid.
So you guys are going to get him then?
Yep, Toby Green, straight swap.
Do it. You want to do it.
And then Prestia will get subbed off on 8 because I'm sure he'll do an injury too.
Yeah, literally. Imagine there's some world where he goes like literally 110 for the rest of the season and he's the perfect M8, but there's no way I could do it. Not if you had like 15 trades, I'd say yeah, send it. But if you've got less than 10 after this week, there's no way you'd pick Prestia.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a chance.
And I think like overall, it's like it's a situational thing like this. Like Rookie, you've said it so many times. The logic before the pick looks so good, and then just random crap happens. You've got to be prepared that you could have all the logic in the world, it makes complete sense, and it fails. It's just part of the game. You'll win some, you'll lose some. And I think you've got to really look for the blokes that are bottomed out, that just work, and you can fit them in then and there. Not, oh yeah, in like 5 weeks I'm going to get Bont because I'm going to have all this money, and then you don't have that money, or Bont ends up, like I had a plan for Butters. Luckily, I have enough to get him next week, but I wanted to wait an extra week because I thought his break even would still be high. He's just gone off the chain, getting a 140. There goes the whole plan. So you've got to like I didn't really want to row, but I got him in at 480. He's got me back-to-back 115s plus. Like, you've just got to play the cards you dealt almost. Like, yep, this is a good pick. Do I really like him? Maybe not, but is he going to score? Is he value? Does he have a role? That kind of thing, rather than, try to like sort of make things fit into a spot that's just, it's too much. As Brad said heaps of times too, there's so much random crap that can happen and variables. So
yeah,
that's the number one thing, I think.
Yeah, and I think, as Brad was saying before, you can look at all the data and bullshit sort of stuff, but sometimes it's just play to your gut, and it just works out. Because, like, everyone either paid up for Sherry or didn't pay up for Sherry, and there came a point again where you can pick him up cheap, and it happens with every player. You pick up Dale, or you pick up a Holmes or a Sinclair, or you pick up a Whitfield for 550, or cheaper, and you're like, yep, halfback roll, awesome, and then roll change. Like, it just doesn't make sense sometimes. But
yeah,
no, I think the value game's definitely shown its importance this year more than anything. I think, and you could even say that like the Sheldrick types and the Ed Long types are part of that sort of value category, because it's just so hard to get a reasonable like reasoning through the season, because half the good picks don't make sense. In all honesty, they make no sense whatsoever. It's just
even this year with rookies. Can you name me, other than Zach Reed, how many rookies have actually tonned up? Lindsay hasn't tonned up. Levi hasn't tonned up. Like Sheldrick's been in the game for a couple of years. Like, it's not his first year. He's not a first year rookie. Same as Ned Long. He's been a part of it before as well. So, and I didn't know McAuliffe was, Brad, you were saying before, he's been at the Tigers for a little bit or something. Yeah, this isn't his first year. So,
yeah,
that's what I mean. So they've got a bit more mature bodies and they've turned up, but none of the first year rookies, and Zach Reed's not even a first year rookie. He's just been injured every other year. So,
yeah,
we've always sort of had a rookie that does get 100. Like the last couple of years. There's usually been one that's averaged 90 something. But yeah, it's just this year. It's just been a unique year with rookies and that cash gen. So value's even more pronounced.
No, I agree. Dragon and Sim bringing us examples that Robert 161 against West Coast and Roma did a 179. So we're probably pinning a really good number from Sherry. bar any random fucking injuries or something like that. Yeah. What if let's make a prediction, and we'll see who gets close to it. What are you predicting for Sherry's score tomorrow, Brad? Realistically,
What 164.
All right, Ghosty.
I'll say I'll go 176.
Oh, 176. I'm gonna go 142.
No,
So we'll see. It was so we've got a once. Or was that a 140, 160, 170?
Yeah.
Yeah. There we goes. Double dummy, 90 odd watching. Come on, face. Give this man a few likes. It's not even just me. Give these boys a few likes. Yeah, they're also killing the hours to hang out and put in an after dark stream. And Brad's been in almost every single one. Crazy enough. So dedication.
Yeah. The more you pay me, the more I feature. So at this point, you're gonna have to send me feet pic or something in exchange.
I thought I already did. Fuck, my bad.
I couldn't tell who they were. You got to actually sign your name on it, so I believe it.
Okay. I got to write Brad. I got to do like a name, permanent marker on my foot for you.
And then your phone number.
Yeah. I thought you already had that. My bad. I'll do that tonight for you.
I do. I still haven't saved it after a year. I'm joking.
I'm actually would not be surprised. I'd fucking click like, who the fuck's this prick?
I still have you saved as rookie coach.
Yeah, you would.
Imagine.
I'm pretty sure like I've got your first name and then just says Supercoach afterwards. I need to change it to Shrimp Pro.
We did meet at a footy park oval. I forgot about the shrimp thing. I'm still going to make merch for that. I'm still looking into that. I'm not even joking.
You should. I think all the profits of that need to go to the Miss though.
Oh, she's been entertaining in the chats. She's been stitching me up hard.
It's so good. Bevo got us again. With what though? What did Bevo get us with?
Maybe liver.
Yeah, maybe liver.
Yeah, liver. Yep.
Yeah, very good. Dragon. Oh, gone through the effort just to give the stream a like. What a legend. Yeah, double dummy, very LIG. Of course. Burners. Is this your burner account, Brad?
Yeah, it is, but I forgot the password, so I think someone else has taken over now. But
fair enough.
It's also not the year of my birth. It's about 15 years older than me, I think. So I'm not that old. Sorry.
Word on the street is that's probably your body count.
Oh my god, this is JG territory. I saw that in the chat, and I almost just unfollowed the whole group chat.
Sorry, it was easy. It was easy pickings. Just had to. After Thursday and Friday, I thought I was screwed. Heaney, Holmes, Green, and Rosie potentially saved my round. Yeah, they've all had really good rounds. Rosie, I was expecting a lot bigger after that first quarter, but I think pretty sure they moved Bedford to him for a little bit too.
They did.
He turned it over in the second quarter. I think it was the start of the second, like a lot, and I think that really hurt him. And that's why I don't think he got a lot of the scaling, just because of all the free kicks and all the stupid stuff that he handballed straight to the opposition of.
There was a free kick against him in the Giants forward line too, because he put a block on the ruck. But he kind of got stuck in the way of the ruckman going for the ball. And that was a direct goal. So he lost a bit of that too.
Yeah.
I like it. Double dummy reckons your glasses look like bad sci-fi see-through glasses. Like they remind me of like the old late 80s, early 90s like high-tech computer glasses. Like you'd see all the hackers in those movies wear these sort of glasses.
Mate, I can barely log into X and stream. I'd be the worst hacker ever. I'd be plugging in a HDMI cable to a TV. That would be my technology whiz.
Love it. Fearless Fly from an old school black and white cartoon. Showing your age there, Willow. YouTube Bono vibes.
Oh, that's a good one. Bono for sure. That's
it is 100%. I can't unsee Bono now.
I can't sing, unfortunately, so let's not break the microphone already. I just paid for it.
Yeah, well, as Skits, the legend says, it's Elvis talking into a lightsaber.
I want to talk into his lightsaber.
Glad to hear, Skits. Thanks for hanging out, mate. Dragon brought in Long in draft a few weeks back when Pendles and the rest rested. The lad scored about 63, so I dropped him. Then he scores 100 average since. Yep.
Sounds about right.
Sounds about right. I think Neil gets tagged. Don't bother trying to break it as they have so many other racking up the ball. He's a decoy CBA player. But I'd say there's probably some truth to that. Probably just grabs the attention, drags it out of the CBAs, and lets the other boys handle it.
Mm-hmm.
This is what Willow meant before. Alcoholics Anonymous for Supercoach. I like it. I thought you meant All Australian. Not gonna lie. These promos are premoing. It's been all season for that. Essentially, like promos are just all fake and frauds. Has there been a consistent premo this year?
Cool.
Like
Ed
who
Richards?
can we think of? Oh, can we count Richards? He's had a couple.
Nah,
down.
I know he's
What's
had a
his
couple
down?
down games. I know.
I mean, to be fair, oh yeah, you got a 76. You won't count him. Even Tukes now gone off.
Mm.
I don't even think there's been a consistent primo. That's crazy. DJ Garner Holmes, welcome in, mate. Another legend of the community. What about Sheldrick taking the absolute piss 10 weeks after starting and trading him out? Yep.
Yeah, that's annoying as.
Very annoying. Harry wants to know any news on Campbell Gray, hoping it's not anything serious. Yeah, so I mean the basic reports, I don't think we've got an injury report just yet, but the basic report is they played on a farm. Many people got injured, and apparently he came off with his hurt knee or some shit and didn't go back on. That's all I know. Do any of you boys know anything more about that?
Who's Campbell Gray? I'm kidding. Yeah, he's hurt his knee, so he's probably not coming back anyway until Bolter got a curfew. I've probably got a curfew at some point if I don't go back. But I don't know. I don't know about Gray. This is the reason why I said on a chat in Twitter. I can't remember who it was. So someone was saying Gray, and I actually said maybe Caleb Smith's the guy because he was taking Jaden Short's role. That's the only rookie I would have really liked at Richmond. So I think Caleb Smith was the play. But again, he scores 40s and 50s. So Campbell Gray is probably almost dead now. If you're trying to make cash out of him, you won't make it till round 24. So he's probably cooked, you'd think. We don't get the injury report anyway until a Tuesday night at 5 p.m. But Richmond are pretty good. Richmond normally update almost on a Monday sometimes, I think.
Yeah. I think Smith definitely was the play. He got a 75 this week.
Really? Wow. Yeah. No, he's a good player. Just, one that no one went because of, I guess we hadn't been talking about him all week. It was Gray or bust.
Oh, we spoke about him a lot at the start of the season, but then he just didn't get a gig. I think he just kind of dropped off.
Yeah, he was made sub, I think, as well, which made it awkward as well. So kind of like Sheldrick vibes of, this guy's a sub candidate, let's not go there. But as soon as the door opened up with Jaden Short not coming back in, that's what opened the door for him. So that was a great pick for anyone that picked him up.
Yeah. But yes, that's our update in regards to Gray. CW2 is in here. He is flying. We've got Brad and CWT flying. So these boys are in for a good season. Yep. X, your mate. Who did he say that he mentioned? Was it a
Bergman, Berry, McInerney, a few really good players that have been just popping off. Aqua, next year, even this year, just the guys you keep naming, like just bring them in because you've actually been bang on about like 90% of them. You've given a few bad ones, but who doesn't?
Exactly.
I'd actually full send. Like that's not a side swipe, by the way. Like I've made some really shit calls. I mean, I bought in fucking Neil. But yeah, I'd definitely go for those guys that you're talking about at 390k. Like even what did Riccardi score tonight, boys? Because Riccardi was mentioned to me.
Riccardi?
Did he pop off as a second ruck roll?
He got a 92.
Yeah, 92.
Yeah, bang on. Like these guys, go back to the Thursday night stream if you can be bothered. These guys were mentioned the last 20 minutes of my stream, and they've all been popping off.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Is like some of these. Like, even Taylor, like, we know Taylor's a bit of a roller coaster, but he went off for a 147. Yeah. Ash still really good. Himmelberg a 109. Yeah, Riccardi a 92. Even a Daniels, who started as a sub, finished the game on an 83.
Oh, my God. Don't say that when I had the bloke get subbed. I had the one that got subbed off for him, and he got fucking 8. And mind you, this is an interesting thing. I don't know if you've watched the game. Port actually put Bergman on Green, whether he was forward or mid, he followed him. So when Green was forward, Bergman just went with him, and Rosie would go into the stoppage. And then when Green would go there, he'd go with him, and Rosie would go back. And I'm like, he doesn't need to be tagged. He's not that good anyway. like, can you let me score some points?
Yeah, it's
So
rough when
I was-
they tag a shit player. It's very rough.
Yeah, I know. I mean, did Neil get tagged? Did Neil get tagged?
Yeah, he got tagged by his own freaking ankles. The big gimp. Jesus.
His ankle tried to
Actually,
leave him.
as soon as I saw him walk down to the change rooms, I knew he was cooked. It just gave me. I almost threw the laptop out, and I wouldn't have been on tonight. But oh my god, one player can actually ruin your night, and you can get really pissed off. And I've actually thrown out my Shannon Noel collection now because yeah, as we know. But I think Neil's gone for me next week, even if he gets up. I'm not having that stupid pleb on my side. He's the Hobbs of a few years ago that I bought in, but I'm not sure if you guys seen that. That was quite some years ago. That was awful.
I've heard that. Yes, I've heard that pick.
Yeah.
I've heard that been brought up quite recently too. The
Yeah.
Hobbs
Like
pick.
Cheese
Yeah.
in the group chats loves it. I keep reminding him about Flanders. Flanders scored shit again.
He did.
Yeah.
He did.
Playing
Flanders
half
went
forward. It's the
horrible.
role again. It's that half forward role that is.
Didn't you have a cooked back in the preseason? That's what I think it is,
Yeah.
lingering. Sort of like Hewitt. So I think he's the guy you pick next year because Hewitt's lingered for a year, had a really down year that year, and then bang, he's gone firing. I think Flanders will do the same. I'll probably start him next season just to see what happens if he has a good preseason, by the way.
I like it. I like it.
Rookie, who's your player going to be that gets subbed off for less than 20? Me and Brad have one. You're going to have one, surely.
Oh, mate, if I had to pick anyone from my current team, it'd fucking have to be Newcomb if anyone's going to do it.
He's survived this week, so you're right.
Oh, mate, absolutely ridiculous. Soft as
I actually can't believe Hawthorn won. That's why everyone got
I
fucked
know.
over Bont. Like everyone's like, oh, Bont's going to go 200 because Hawthorn are cooked. And this was the kind of game that you see those teams you think are going to get dominated do the opposite, and they just come out firing because their backs against the wall with the media. So Bont getting a 101, we actually got really kissed for non-owners because he's definitely a guy who goes 130. So I probably would have been pretty quiet on Twitter if he had went 150 for that price tag. But again, I was just fishing. So if anyone at this point thinks I'm legit, and I'm actually not.
Yeah, if anyone knows to take you legit about these posts and shit like that, then they clearly don't know you. Or no, they literally have not spent any time in an after dark, that's for sure.
Yeah, I've just taken the mickey, and unfortunately a few got baited, and I just had to reply nicely because I'm not a cockhead. I am, just not on air.
Just say everything wearing those glasses, and then everyone knows you're taking the piss.
Yeah, literally, hopefully.
I want to see you take a picture with those glasses and make it your profile pic on X.
Only if I get to skull a can on stream. I've only got 2 brain cells left, so it will narrow me down to 1. I haven't had any yet.
Mate, no one's stopping you. By all means, go ahead.
BRB then. BRB.
While Brad goes and does some snowboarding with those glasses to get a drink, X says it's the most average week ever on my side. Not even bad, just not good either. Primos are gone between 88 and 120, and rookies doing rookie things. Yeah, I think most of it's just that average week. But I think in the chaos and carnage that we've had this season, I think an average week is like blessed week because it means you kind of avoided most of the carnage. What are your thoughts on that, Ghosty? Do you reckon it's kind of a blessing to have an average week at the moment, given all the chaos?
Yeah, I just that you can't. What is he doing now?
He grabbed it from his bedside table. He keeps that in the bedroom.
Is that the Millsy mask? Oh, Jesus.
There's no hole there.
I'm surprised there's no hole there. That's usually your favorite mask to wear.
Yeah.
Gimp one.
Yeah.
Imagine that. Imagine
Oh, God.
You're talking. We can barely hear you because you haven't got your lightsaber in your mouth.
Sorry, can you hear me now?
Yeah, we got you.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's all right. Puffer Fish, another good man in the community, or fish in the community. Need Lindsay to go 135 to get Butters. Yeah, don't think that's happening. Lindsay should do okay, though. Lindsay should be fine. I held on to Lindsay instead of Levi just to use a bit of the cash. So I'm hoping a good game for him. Did we all hold Lindsay or did we trade him?
I held Lindsay. Hopefully he goes well this week. I've been waiting for like a 90, 95, but it just doesn't happen.
Yeah. What about you guys?
I held him. He's my last one to upgrade, like I've said. But yeah, we don't even know if he's playing yet. They haven't announced the team.
Did you
Oh,
say he's your
imagine
last upgrade to make? Sorry, Ghosty.
My last rookie on field, yeah.
How about Green?
No, he's going to Naz next week, mate. We're good. We're good. That
I
catch
feel
is
like
banged.
you two can't keep this battle up. One's got Green, one's got Neil. Both of you just need to...
That's what I'm taking the piss. Like I actually don't take the piss in the voice notes to him, to be fair. But I thought it'd be nice
No,
to
that's it.
give each other shit about Green and Neil because oh my god.
At
I
least
love
Green's
how
gotten a 120 this year. Like, at least he's done something. There was some form of logic behind it, but yours was a cash play anyway. He had like a negative break even or something last week, didn't he?
Yeah, negative 33, and I was trying to get trainers score off my field, so he got me a 58. So only bought me like 20 something points, and then today he's not even going to be best 18. So yeah, I think he made me 50 grand overall, and probably makes me lose the 50 grand over the season.
Yeah, well, I think Toby did that. He made me a 30K or something, and then he's just gone and lost it. So it was a great trade.
100%. Speaking of AA meetings, I think I need one after this one because this is quite strong. This is actually, you're monetized. I'm not going to say no more.
That's all right. That's all right. We know what it is. They're strong drinks. Enjoy. X wants to know, are we jumping on the Team U rookie coach? I love how this is flipped now, as it should. He's the doppelganger of me, 100%. I think he's a great pick for Stew. I don't think you can really go wrong.
Yeah, you know what actually shits me a little bit is, and this is Supercoach in general in terms of this kind of thing, is the narrative for Stewart. Everyone's like, oh, he's a shit pick. He's going to get injured again, blah, blah. He's not going to average 100s and stuff. Those people right now are probably going to bring him in next week, so fuck you.
The drink is hit already.
He's already gone. Fucking lightweight.
He's put the glasses on. He's throwing out fuck yous. He's ready.
Mate, the glasses were on before I even picked it up. What are you talking about?
Oh, yeah, true. Yeah.
Maybe the glasses are what caused him to.
But no,
Maybe.
I think.
Sorry.
No, you go. Oh no, you want to sip? That's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I was just going to say about Stewart. I think he's got Essendon next week. There's a pretty perfect week to grab him, but it's probably last chance. If he gets another ton, he'll be going up to that 500K mark. His break even has to be low now with 2 tons in a row. So if you're picking him up, do it. Otherwise, don't go, oh, I'll grab him after the bye when he's over 500K. That's not the point.
I totally agree, but I also think he's got a nice little holiday that we can pick him up after his bye, so that'll be nice.
Oh, mate, if he cops the holiday, I know a lot of people are going to be mad.
Yeah, the whole town in Geelong will be. Oh my god, the amount of
I'll be mad.
Scarves.
I'll go to tribunal for him. I'll pass the Stewie.
Well, you got to get a Carlton lawyer.
Oh yeah. That shouldn't be too hard. Me and you will take a trip up to St Kilda, your favourite spot.
Oh yeah, I love Melbourne. I love it. That's all I'm going to say.
We'll go lose a side mirror.
Oh,
Get
and park in the clearway zone. Yeah. Oh my god, I'm not made for real living. I'm just made to stay inside and make sure I don't open the door.
I'm convinced that your misso's your full-time carer, but that's all right.
How did you know?
You're not the only one who signs the checks, mate.
Damn.
You actually stumped me, bro. I was like, okay, I don't know what to say to this. I'm normally good, but no, you got me.
He's like, fuck.
Yeah, just wow. Okay.
Actually, kind of a bit too deep. Ooh.
He's like, wow, be mean.
Yeah, he's like, okay, this was funny until it wasn't. That hurt. Right, all the drinks get sensitive. Wow.
Oh no, bring me a tissue box, somebody.
I thought you had that next to the moisturizer you had out before.
For Callum Mills, yeah.
Yeah. X reckons O'Driscoll was a decent rookie that also turned up, I believe, before he did his ankle. Press your M1 based on his first 2 games. That's a wild call.
Didn't he have a negative second quarter though, or something, or
He did. He sure did.
So that's crazy. How do you get 70 something points and then he lost like 6 points or something in the second quarter? Crazy.
Yeah. I love how they confirmed that they stole the account from you.
Yeah.
Literally, I like that they play along at home with this. So
This is
almost-
what we love about After Dark, is we get legends like you that come in and actually take the piss with us. So
Oh,
good.
yeah, for sure. Not here to be a, boring motherfucker.
Snowflake. No snowflakes. No snowflakes.
That's it. Could have some
Even
fun.
though I can literally see Brad turning into one as he keeps drinking, but that's okay. Even more so, getting more delicate as he drinks. Sheldrick was the best on for the Swans first half versus Blues round 10. After that, probably not getting the vest. Yeah, I mean, now, like, again, that's what it takes for these rookies, is like they just need the opportunity to do something. And if they do well, then they tend to avoid the vest pretty quickly. But it's just, he copped a lot of vests to even consider. But for those who jumped on, power to you.
Did you guys start him for round 1?
No, I didn't. That's why I'm ranked so well.
I had him in round 1 and he was fine, and then he got subbed off for he got like a 20 or 30 or something, got subbed off, and I'm like, oh, and then he got dropped for a couple of weeks. So he's really fought back. Obviously, it helps when Sydney are playing like shit for most of the year. So yeah, and Goulden being out and Mills and everyone. So, but yeah, what a resurrection from the bloke.
Definitely. Dragon Cyberpunk AFL Supercoach. Yeah, a little bit. The side. That's a little bit cyberpunky. Brad's glasses. The theme. Definitely a theme.
That's actually such a good Netflix series. I don't know if it's still on Netflix, but if anyone hasn't checked it out, go check out this Cyberpunk series.
100%. Great recommendation. Baz, funnily enough, 2 games under 100 and a floor of 80. Yeah, he's been very good this season. Cripps has also been pretty consistent. You were looking at Cripper, weren't you, Brad? I know I was for a little bit.
Yeah, I wanted him this week, but I've had to get out of that trade. But I think he's a great shout, especially over the next 3 weeks. Over the buys, you're going to get those spike scores. He just doesn't average well against Essendon, was my only take on the Cripper pick. Also, if Hewitt comes down anyway, 30K, you'd probably rather go him next week over Cripps.
Yeah, for sure. Hewitt's definitely got the upside, whereas Cripps has probably just been a bit underwhelming. Consistent, yes, but no ceiling.
I think he's got a 5-round average of 109, and maybe, yeah, that's what it is. There's only like a couple scores over 120, but they're nothing amazing. And if you've already got Chera, there's probably no hype to get a Cripper, I guess, just with that fixture. If you got one, it sort of doesn't matter.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah. I was looking at Georgie Hewitt until I kept Chera, and I just wanted it for the run because it's a good run, but I just kept Chera.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I kept Chera. It's just like there was no reason to trade him out. Ever.
I'm going to call it now. I reckon the 2 biggest trade-ins next week, I was listening to you guys before, will probably be Nas and Butters. It's just which order you get him in. I think Nas is the play next week because his break-even will be 20 points lower than Butters from memory. But I don't know who plays who, actually. Have you guys looked into it?
Who do they have next week?
Because Nas at 507 is a steal.
Yeah, Nas has Bulldogs next week.
Ooh, and who does Port have then?
Port have Melbourne.
Oh, jeez.
Butters against Melbourne.
Does Viney go to him if Viney's actually ready to give a bit of a tag at stoppage, potentially?
Well, you've got 3 potentials. You got Sparrow, Viney, and Oliver.
And they're all shit taggers, let's be honest, but just
They
2
are.
for Ford anyway, you know?
Yeah. No, that's
Viney's
good.
leading in the team at the moment. He's fighting concussion issues, so I think the last thing you want to do in your first game back is go tag Zach Butters. Fuck that.
Yeah, it'll ruin you. That's for sure. Yeah. DJ, yes. Any truth in the rumor there is an uncensored rookie promo video coming along? I don't know what you're referring to.
If so, Brad will have first access. So if there's anything uncensored, so
if so, Brad has to sign off on it first because he has to tell me if the angles work.
Yeah,
but we'll
as
see.
for my OnlyFans, it makes more money than the Supercoach content, Supercoach YouTube
Yeah,
stuff.
exactly. So,
just
DJ,
please.
On,
isn't it?
It's the mask, it's everything. Actually, at this point, I actually think probably people think I'm serious, so it's concerning if they do. Lucky my tabs are closed because I just realised the reflection in my glasses probably projects some of the tabs, so Lucky all those weird ones are closed.
Someone's definitely paused the stream, got it full screen, and gone enhance.
I'm always worried when I actually upload a video of a round review if I've got any tabs open that shouldn't be.
You would though. You 100%.
I would be. I'd be on my like Premiere thing in the chat and be like, "Oh my god, I've got to delete this."
Anyway, but no, DJS, please provide more information because I'm fucking lost on this comment. I'll be completely honest.
That's a good series as well. Do you remember Lost, guys?
That's such a fucking sidetrack.
That was I'm trying to find the path that led to that. I don't know.
Literally a single word, and Brad's like, "Oh my god, guys, do you guys remember?"
That's what it was.
He's gone. Yes, great series. Not that I finished it, but probably a decent series for anyone to catch up on. If they have nothing to watch, go watch it. Seasons are good. Backing into something more relevant before Brad derails this again. Are we hopping on Tyrell Dewar?
Oh, he's a 150k rookie from West Coast that has been subbed multiple times, but now takes in kick-ins from Marek, and Marek's a fraud now, unfortunately.
Yep.
Do you reckon Marek will be sub tomorrow? Like starting sub?
I actually think there's a world he is, actually. I actually think he either starts as sub or he just becomes permanent wing and, averages 65 from here on out.
Yep. There we go. CWT just says yuck, which is a very fair response to that comment. Papa, stop talking shit about the Lord and Savior Newcomb. He is not a Lord and he's not a Savior. And I will talk as much as I want about him. So, I do like the 114 though. It's well deserved. Like we needed this. It's repaying some faith, or it's like being held hostage. I wouldn't even say it's repaying the faith. Like it's being held hostage by Newcomb. That's how I can only explain it. I just realized Real has gone 115 for the last 4 weeks. This is heaven. Well, I mean, the first quarter was looking sketchy, but he did bring it back.
No, he actually got stuck on the bench. He had 49% game time because I was raging. It was just trapped on the other side, and then it was going arc to arc. Because Anderson actually had 100% game time the first quarter. He didn't come off.
There you go. Yeah, I saw that tog wasn't pretty at all.
No.
Puffer reckons that mask is what he wears to bed with the missus. I agree. Bit of role play.
Same.
Yep. Love it. Jason, welcome in, mate. Hey, boys, just had a couple of frozen margaritas. Feeling fruity. How was Shannon Hill, Brad?
Oh, it's sort of like watching your ex be happy. It was awful.
What a way to describe it, yeah?
I love it. It's so good. Oh,
Does it sting more that his profile pic is Benny Keys too, Brad?
I actually love Benny Keys, so as much as it hurts, he's a good looking lad. So I don't hate it. At 397, I don't know if I'll still go there, but it was actually funny the other night. Someone actually cropped a photo of me and put them as their little tab, whatever you call it, profile as myself, and it really tripped me out. I was like, this guy looks a lot like me, and this was without names. I was like, what the hell?
So what, they had a picture of Josh Hunt?
Yeah, literally off only. I've literally got him in a Wolverine photo.
No, it's so good. No, Dragon traded Lindsay weeks ago. Fair enough. I reckon he did. 100% he did.
Oh.
Wow.
Callum Mills looked really good today. Probably going to be a massively popular trade in. Yeah, after his buy, most definitely.
Yeah.
Jack, welcome in, mate. Evening lads, just got in. Has Pro been on the Gatorades again? Sure has. Lightweight, he's only been on one. DWT, he'll get more than 3 touches. that one brain cell really working overtime.
I'm just joking.
Oh, man. Yeah, don't go near him. Brad, lucky you didn't go to the game today. Absolute shit show.
I haven't been to a game all season because I know how shit we are.
That's fair. That's fair. No chance of bringing Stewart, not even for a free trade.
Wow.
Fair enough.
Missing out on top 1% then double, don't we?
Yeah, big call. Big call. Jason, glad I brought in Heaney a couple of weeks ago. Holmes is also exceptional today. Yeah, Heaney's been, if you picked him up at that. I think it was like a 5.15 mark. I think it was roundabouts. It was a good price, really good price for a Heaney, and we knew what he could do. Showed it today. It's really good. And Holmes, yeah, without Smith, he just had full reign. So good. So good. Papa, Mr. Star of the stream, lads. Old mate on the right. Ghosty, what's the profile? Because I'd love to sub. Oh, there you go, Ghosty. You got somebody who wants to sub. And you haven't even got a channel.
I know. That's something to be happy about, eh? Fun. Getting subs without having a channel to sub to.
There you go. Link them your own OnlyFans.
Oh, I've got heaps of subs on that though. Fuck.
Yeah, of course you do.
Don't know if I can handle more DMs and everything, man.
Yeah. Where's the screen mask?
Yeah, just that.
He actually borrowed it from Brad. Brad's just got a wall of masks above his bed.
I was actually weirdly about to say who hasn't worn one during that scenario, but never mind.
Brad's like, oh, just me? You'd be horrible to play the never have I ever game. You'd get pissed so quickly.
Oh my god! Speaking of which, any birthday that happens, I literally have to drink for just about everything. So yes, you're very correct there. Unfortunately.
But yeah,
I knew there'd be some reality check coming in for that.
I'll look in to create one for you, Puff, so you can be my first subscriber.
There you go. But no, as I said at the start, guys, we me and Brad both talk to Ghosty a fair bit, in the Twitter DMs and send multiple voice notes, even though we're horrible at replying back to them. But Ghosty's a good man. He's a good man, very insightful as well. And as mentioned, he'd want to get into the content scene, so thought we'd give him a trial by fire at the After Dark. So if you want people over here, mate, it's probably a really good sign because these people don't hold back. The unfiltered mob. I think I'll end up fading purely because I have 4 trades after completing the team with Robert C6. I don't know about Mills. Fading Stewart. Yeah, I'll probably fade Stewart just because I can't get him in because of the buy. Puff, how many until the blackout? Over or under 0.5?
Probably 6 and I'm gone.
Mate, you already look gone after 1. What are you talking about?
I'm just relaxing. I haven't had a drink in about 2 minutes. Nah, I actually don't drink very often, to be honest. I drink maybe 6 times a year, and yeah, that's normally Christmas, my birthday, and a couple other birthdays.
Yeah, he says he's just relaxing. He's full gonna cap a nap. Just we're just gonna hear the snores through the mic.
I like that an After Dark streams on the level of your birthday and other things too.
Yeah.
Special occasions.
Yeah.
Like, no, I don't drink that often. Just
random After Dark.
And After Dark.
Yeah,
It's a special occasion.
Oh, well, speaking of which, lads, my birthday's on the 28th of June this month, so send me feet pic.
There you go.
Cool.
First. Oh, he will. Brad doesn't discriminate.
Be careful.
Harry Husway had 33 disposals, 11 clearances in the VFL. Doesn't matter. Sam Mitchell, the midget Mitchell, doesn't like him, so he's not getting back into the team. Are we entertaining the idea of Grundy at 6'10"? I don't think so.
No way.
Anyone that has a fucking man bun in Supercoach as an AFL player should not be worthy of my Supercoach side.
There you go.
Sorry if you've ever rocked one, rookie coach.
Nah, never have rocked one with my long Goldilocks, thankfully enough. I have a bit of
I wasn't
pride,
sure. I was like, when you say something stupid, then you realise maybe you shouldn't in front of your friends because it might categorically hit 2 of them. And I'm always that guy that happens. Like, I said something one day to someone's son. I didn't realise that I was talking about their dad once. It was at work, and funnily enough, I was like, man, this guy is so slow. And he's like, who's so slow? And I'm like, oh, Jeff, man. Jeff is way too slow. That's why we're running slow in production. Anyway, I look at the team, the sheet later on, the sign-off, because we had a toolbox. I'm like, geez, these guys have the same surname. Oh, my God. I just said Jeff is so slow, and I said it to his son. His son didn't even blink twice. Anyway, after that,
probably knew it was true.
Yeah,
probably, but I'm always that guy. I say something, and then I didn't realise that someone's related to somebody or something.
This is why we love you, though, Brad. You just you shoot from the hip, and you worry about later.
Yeah, shoot from the hip, and then you have a couple of kids. Yeah, that's how it goes.
Yeah, we know what that's like. Rookie coach, I can still smell the broccoli on your breath. Shut up. You're a funny man, Puffer. Dino say, rookie coach, what's the odds of Brad throwing up on the piss again? Yeah, probably 1.3 in favour.
Yeah, this is because we went to the Gold Coast and Richmond game, and on the train backwards, that was a wild time.
I can imagine. Can absolutely imagine. Jason was keen on going Gawn to Grundy at Gawn Spy to make some money, but now they'll probably be near the same amount, around 50 anyway. I mean, look, Grundy's been good. Don't get me wrong, but I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't even look at it. Yeah, Clay Hall. There's just rookies that are playing well at that second level who just aren't going to get a crack. Clay Hall's done something to Minnie's Misso, I reckon. Done it dirty. Can't get a crack.
Everyone must have done something to Minnie's Misso because he fucks everyone over. Gross can't get a gig. He subs marriage. He changes roles. Fucking.
There you go. I'm waiting for Brad to come in, but he's.
I'm hungry. I'm thinking about Uber Eats, and we're talking about fucking Clay Hall.
I legit was looking at him. I'm like, he's thinking about something so different.
we're sitting there. He's cooking. We're cooking. He's gonna cook.
I was like, where's he going with this? I thought he was going to say something about Lost again.
No. We mentioned Clay Hall, and I just think he's so dead. And talking about Minnie, and I don't know, he's an absolute one, like sort of a Bevo and a Ross Lyon. Like you just don't know what he's going to do with the side. So I sort of just fucking fought whatever with him.
Yeah, no, I agree. Not going to lie, Brad, you took the glasses off. I was full expecting you to be full cross-eyed.
That's my brain.
Jesus. Lacey, welcome in, mate. Thanks for joining us on this lovely, unreal session of After Dark. Annoying that Butters went off at the end. Now I have to use 2 trades instead of just going 1 trade up to him. This is what I mean. You can make all the plans in the world for players to be at their price, but until that game happens, it's so hard. Like you need a 20k buffer on either side at least.
Yeah, this is the thing. Actually, he was messaging me before, and we were basically saying that I was saying I thought Bedford would go to Butters. So I didn't think 118 was achievable tonight. So the fact that he got like a 140, like how are we meant to plan ahead when this kind of shit happens? So unfortunately for himself and other coaches, are going to have to bite the board and not be able to go NAS this week and then Butters the next and get both value. You're going to have to pay for one and hope the other doesn't go off. Or if that's your plan, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, exactly. X, double or triple shot ice break? What do you prefer? I'm just the regular strength, or else I'll be sitting on the toilet for too long. Literally how it goes.
I was going to say I like the lactose-free one for that very reason as well, but it still makes me go.
I actually prefer the protein ones. They have protein ones that have like 30 grams of protein as well.
And like 60 grams of sugar as well or some shit. They're wild. I love the 750ml one.
Yeah, no, I just get the small. I just grab whatever's on special because I'm a cheap bastard.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I figured that much when I met you.
Yeah. Oh, mate. you saw the Kickstarter water that footy on the oval and the footy our brain. Stole it from the kids next door.
At least you know your first impression you made. Just think back to when you met Brad. He's like, "Oh, what a cheap bastard!" Like,
I mean, look, to be fair, I rocked up. He's probably like, "Oh, look at this cheap bastard." I rocked up and thought, I've met a kid at an oval. This is gonna look bad.
What do you think my Tinder dates used to see?
I
no, I wasn't. That came out totally wrong. I just realized when Ghosty laughed, that sounded like something else.
Remember when we just said you shoot from the hip and then think about it later?
That's it.
I need to be banned from having a sip.
Yeah.
Nah, keep going.
Yeah, no, this is great. Yeah, I don't think this is getting monetized. I'll try, but I don't think it's going to happen.
If you do an After Dark that gets monetized, you haven't done an After Dark properly.
Right. Well, that's very true. That is so right. Anyway, we're so fucking behind on questions. Actually, no, we're not too far. We're catching up. Papa should be able to have Visitini as the only rookie on field in 2 rounds. Lindsay and Fonte these next 2 weeks up to Butters and Mills. Leaving with 6 trades to find 300 to 400k to get Viz to Gorn. Nice planning, Puffer.
Get Toby Green and Shannon Neal. There's your 300, 400k.
Down the drain if you want to lose money. Anyone for weekly, I beg you to bring in Kerno, Essendon are legit playing guys who are not even good enough at the VFL level across the halfback line.
True. Can confirm.
Do you even go the Carlton rookie that's going to play forward?
Fuck. Mate, I'd go whoever's playing fullback for Carlton to kick a bag.
Yeah, true.
Wiedering's kicking 10. Don't worry, bro. He's kicking 10.
All right. Oh, jeez. I don't think we've got enough time to go through this one. Lizard, what are your greatest Supercoach disaster moments in memory? Green is in for the injury game starting. Stu and Day this year come to mind for mine. Well, I can already tell Brad's is Neil.
I've got something to top that off. A couple of seasons ago in round 1, I captained Laird for 53.
There you go.
Yep.
You've been playing the game for a bit, haven't you, Ghosty?
Yeah, I've played for 10 plus years as well, similar to Brad, but this is the first time I've played for ranking, not league. So just really trying to get into it a bit more. But honestly, none's really coming off the top of my head other than fucking Toby Green this year. But I did have one of my mates. He did all these things years ago to trade in Brendan Goddard when he was relevant and a big gun, and he traded him in, and they were playing Freo in Perth, and he put him captain, and he got subbed off on 8.
Oh.
He got injured in the first quarter or something, and he was his captain, and he moved all these trades to get him in, and it just... And I remember that because I was playing him in leagues, and I was just like, got kissed absolutely that round. But yeah, so I can't think of any off the top of my head. I've definitely fucked up heaps, but just, yeah, that one comes to mind as someone else's.
Very nice. I don't even know what my blunder is this season. There's been too many. There's probably blunders from last season, but last season's a blimp in the system. I can't even remember it. Puffer. You wild puffer fish. I can't disclose that. I don't want to make people jelly, especially Brad. We got competing interests on OnlyFans. Lost was fucking gold. Yes, it was. Jason, pretty sure I can see sexy photos of keys reflecting in Brad's glasses. Yeah. Facts.
I'll just grab the moisturizer again. BRB.
I love this comment by Jonas. RPG. Role-playing goon. Very nice.
Did you ever guys used to do that? Put the goon bag on a clothesline and just spin it around and, the rest?
It's a very... you're not Australian unless you've done it. Surely.
Right. And how about what's that? That drinking game where you put all your drinks in the one drink.
King's Cup.
King's Cup.
Yeah, that's the one. Oh my
King's
god,
Cup.
the amount of cells of brains I've lost in that game. Oh my god.
That was just an excuse to drink the most raucous shit ever. People just pour all kinds of crap in that.
I always used to get the King's Cup, so I was always the one in the back corner of the yard just spilling my guts out.
Yeah, King's Cup was a nasty game because if you had people that bought in really cheap drinks or just really odd drinks, it was like they bring in some shit Asian beer or whatever. The worst. The absolute worst. Brad, are we taking a shot every time Sherry scores a point tomorrow, Arvo?
Poor.
I'd probably be dead in CPR at some point, but no, definitely not.
These guys just want you to keep drinking. In all honesty.
Not a good sign.
X is 3 days away from sharing a birthday with you. That's a bit cute. Cute couple.
I've never been called Lord Brad, but I'll take it at this point. Anything to puff up my head because I can't puff up my fucking height.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, you know what? I would say it's a cute couple, but we can't argue that you and Shorty are a cute couple, mate.
I cannot stop pissing myself when I do streams with him. Honestly, he is fucking hilarious.
Love it. Oh, man. Burners. Only reason North versus West Coast tomorrow gets any viewers is because of Sherry VC 17th versus 18th. More of a snooze fest. Yeah, I agree.
This is my burner account here. I totally agree. And people brought in LDU this week would be loving this game as well, I reckon.
Yeah. I actually don't mind the LDU pick either. Like, he's probably at a really good value price. Usually has a strong finish to end the season. Could bounce back all right.
Yeah.
I had a weird feeling in my hand. I thought someone was holding my drink, but then I realized it was me.
Oh, shit.
I see why you don't drink now.
Have you ever had to talk to yourself in the mirror? Like it's like 2 a.m. and you're like, oh, I should go home soon. And then you look at yourself and you're like, nah, mate, I can do this. I can keep going. The amount of times... Sorry, go on.
No, keep going.
The amount of times I've had a watch on me and I haven't come home, the missus has been like, what time are you coming home? I'm not sure, my phone died. And then I realised she's actually calling me. I just dumb shit like that.
See,
Anyway.
when you were talking about the mirror, I was just imagining that meme where it's like the dude pointing at himself in the mirror.
Yeah. Bro, that's literally me. I'm like, you can do it. You're thrown out 3 times, Brad. Just go into the next nightclub, show him your stamp, and just don't look too glassy eye. And he's standing like this to the bouncer. Yeah, mate. Good. Yeah, here you go.
Yeah.
Anyway.
That one eye is just slowly closing in.
Yeah, no, it should be good. Yeah, I hate that feeling.
Love it. Don't we all spend 2 hours on the toilet anyway? Facts. Yep. Butters break even. Good question. Again, I doubt the magic number.
Yeah, it's 92, 93 or something, man.
Yeah,
there you go. No dinner dates planned, I don't think.
Aren't you going out tomorrow night with the misso? Nah. Oh, you meant for you and IX. Sorry, mate. Yeah, no, we can if you want. Yeah, sure. I don't know what you look like, though. So there's people that he just wouldn't know. They'd be like, hey, I'm here for you, Brad. And I'm like, who are you?
Yep. It'll be that weird awkward where you're just hanging out at the front, just like looking like, who?
No, that's actually awesome because you should do that. And then Aqua can just watch you go to every single person trying to figure out which one he is.
Funnily enough, there's a place in Geelong I forgot what dessert place it is. It's on Mallup Street across the road from Time Zone at the time. I'm not sure if it's still there. I was going on a date with this girl named Jess. I thought. I went up to the wrong chick. I was like, there's this chick by herself, and she looked exactly like this Jess chick. I was like, hey, Jess, how you going? She's like, I'm not Jess. And then anyway, I get a text message, and the actual Jess was like, I'm at the front. I had to walk in with the other Jess, the real Jess, in that same dining facility as the fake Jess, and they literally looked like fucking twins.
That's great. I know the one you're talking about too, because I used to work there.
What's that place called again?
It's not open anymore. Are you talking about Armageddon?
That was the one, yeah. I couldn't believe it. And guess where the chick Jess picked? Like the opposite table near the other lookalike of Jess.
So you're sitting right next to it, and you're just like, this is awkward. I'm
like, this would be the best 3-way ever.
Jesus Christ. Harry, sausage roll and icebreaker is a great combo. I feel like it's a tradie lunch if you ever had to pick one. All right, we're going to try and speed through some of these. Luckily enough, already got Naz last week, so have him. Great pickup. Last couple of upgrades of Butters this week. Wait for Horny Man to get cheap. Flex will be interesting. Might have to go to a Mills. I feel like the Flex is a perfect place for the Mills at the moment, especially if you held like a Roberts.
Yeah, agree. That's why I picked up Mills this week, actually.
Yeah, I like it. I deal with Brendan Goddard's sister at work all the time. Hope you treat her nicely, mate. Do you work in Tinder Puffer Fish?
Wait, what the hell?
Oh, Rookie Coach needed to queue up a soundbite to press an opportunity. Was like, what about me? Yeah, no. We need a Shannon Noel little soundbite. We do. We really do. King's Cup, crikey, Goon of Fortune. Love it. Jack once felt. We've all inspired just like piss drunk stories now. I love it. I once fell through my mate's window after taking an Allen King's Cup. It turned out I didn't even lose. The boys just push.
That's when you know it's time to go home.
Bro, have you played that game where you can see you can touch their toes the fastest? What?
No, but I have played Naked Twister.
Of course, yeah. By himself.
in the mirror flexing.
Yeah. I'm just picturing that like American Psycho kind of vibe.
Oh yeah.
Looking in the mirror. We played beer pong with Goon and Absinthe. Oh, Absinthe. That's yuck. In the middle cup definitely made the games more fun. Fun's a strong word to use when you have Absinthe mentioned, mate.
It's fun for other people.
Yeah, I don't know, X. This is after dark. You should know this is what happens. LDU trader Innera here. Very good. I like the trade, mate. Very, very good. Is it me or is Rankin slightly off at the moment?
This is the guy that did it. It's him. That is elite.
I fucking will. Hunter, you are a legend, mate. Anyway, get back to Supercoach. That's gold, Hunter. That's made my night. I think Raken's playing more forward than what he has been previously.
Wait, is he actually legit asking the question, or is it just so he could put anything up so we could see the display picture?
Probably both. Probably both.
Do you think it's because of Sam Berry? Do you think the Sam Berry factor is what's driven him away, whereas Crouch doesn't have a huge time on ground factor? So maybe is that balance it out? Like
Potentially.
I don't know. Yeah.
Potentially. And you've also got, I'd love to look at the stats. I wonder if Peatling's getting more CBAs.
Peatling's going to get a week for that, isn't he?
Yeah, he's gone for a week. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe we see an uptick in Rankin with Peatling out.
Well,
for 1 week.
He was doing really bad at half time, but then they pulled the trigger and put him in the middle, and he scored really well from that point on. So maybe it's sort of just them, the coaches throwing people around again, like Whitfield half forward, and then they threw him back against Richmond last week, and he went off again. So hopefully, if they're going to keep throwing players in these weird roles, hopefully it just fails and they put them back where they're meant to bloody play.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we'll see. These role changes are just killing any.
Yeah, honestly, the best roles are from Baker's Delight.
Fair enough.
Can confirm.
Fair enough. Rookie coach, are you a bartender? No, I'm not. In a previous life, sure, I was.
I can see that for sure.
Yeah.
Or a barista or barrister, either or. I'm confused which is which.
Oh yeah, no,
A barista. There is a big difference between a barista and a barrister.
One you pay $4,000 and one you pay $4 for.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you know the difference.
I've had to use them in the past.
Oh, there you go.
Both in the same day.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah, you spent $4 on the way to spend $4,000. Berner says, yeah, Rankin playing under talk about being a bad primo. Sheasel and Roberts getting all the hate while Rankin's almost doing worst. Yeah, pretty much.
I think that's because the forwards are up and down anyway, in general, like all of them.
Well, that's why I stick away from like key forwards, isn't it? Because they're up and downs.
Other than Baz, like Baz is the only legitimate. He's F1. He could take 3 more weeks off, and he's still F1.
Yeah, I reckon. I need to get a soundboard for this stream. I reckon I need to invest in it. I need to figure it out because I think we'd be onto something with the soundboard for sure. We'd have like 10 sound clips of just Brad. I reckon.
Jeez.
I might make the thumbnail a screenshot of you in those glasses.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure people will now at the moment. I don't know how you even do that. I'm not good with technology.
That's all right. Still love you. Park the bus is up there with King's Cups. Yes. Park the bus. Yep.
Beer pong's amazing.
Yeah, that was my favourite. Coach Nick said he had no idea how mid-forward time Rankin should play. Sound absolutely clueless. That sounds about right.
Yeah.
X reckons best roles are from the local Vietnamese.
Yeah, but they also can give you any sort of animal there as well.
There you go. That's also true. A barmy. Don't mind a barmy. Pretty good. What the hell are you getting a coffee for $4 Coles?
No, I've had a can, so just let me they're actually $7 at Bean Squeeze. The only $4 coffee you can get is 7-Eleven, but that tastes like actual dog shit. Not that I'll ever eat dog shit, but I can imagine.
Love this comment from Hunter. Best rolls.
Oh, wow. I'm doing intermittent fasting for this very reason. Thank you, Hunter.
There you go. More motivation.
Thanks.
A little servo coffee does the trick.
Yeah.
DBT haven't had $4 coffee since about 2010.
Literally,
right?
he's bang on.
Puffer. The difference between a barrister and a barista is Brad looks like a barrister, but Rook looks like a barista. I'll let you decide which.
If I look like your barrister, you're fucked.
Yeah, you've literally gone down to the cheapest of cheapies.
With the
Brad rocks up with the can in hand.
Literally, I'm like, are you here for me or you?
Yeah. Like, are you helping me? Or am I helping you?
You said it was free.
Yeah, exactly. Am I paying you to be here? Or are you paying me? I forget.
Literally. I just
Opens up the
forgot what we're
briefcase.
eating.
It's just crayons.
Yeah, that's my breakfast, though. We all know this.
Yeah. Brad, can we get some freestyle rap about your love for Shannon Neal?
Maybe if I had another couple, but definitely not.
Oh, I'd love to see that. I'd love to see that. Jason, would you guys rather pick up Naz next week or Whitfield after his bye? I have a feeling they would be around the same price. I think you just go Naz.
Naz.
Agreed. Take the NASCAR.
Yeah. Take Naz car for a spin. X with a $4 dodo, money for a coffee. Thanks, mate. We'll spend it. We'll count this as the monetization for the video because this ain't getting monetized.
My apologies, rookie.
That's all right. That's all right. I have to take out a loan for a coffee nowadays. Bet 100% we do. That's why you pay $7.50 and you get 2 of these bad boys. Cheap.
Sorry, I forgot what we're talking about. The can hit my head.
Fucking gone. Would you guys bring in Cardwell, Hewitt, or TDK? Be going back and forward all week. Good Supercoach related question to help get us back on track because we are up to date with questions. So,
we're here for
by all
Supercoach.
means, yeah. This was just a hang out sort of stream. We forget it's Supercoach related, but to tie it back in, who would you pick out of these 3? Cardwell, Hewitt, or TDK? We'll go Ghosty. What do you think?
I'm bringing in 2 of them, to be honest, tomorrow. So I'll be bringing in Caldwell for Marriage and getting out of Rowan Marshall for TDK because I need some points on the board this week, thanks to Toby Green. So, yeah, TDK's value, obviously not like one of the premier ruck at the moment. I'd rather a Jackson or a Gawn, but yeah. And I think Caldwell, he's at least going to make some cash and has the potential. He's got the CBAs. So I think he's pretty safe. But I did like the Hewitt pick as well. So I'd bring in all 3 if I could. But yeah, bringing in 2 of them tomorrow.
Very nice. And what about you, Barrister Brad?
Look, I'm probably going Cardwell if I wasn't loaded up on that buy, depending on what you've got in your structure. Hewitt, I think you can actually wait a week, to be honest. His break-even's at 150. TDK would be the play, only if you couldn't afford a Gawn or Cherry for me. I wouldn't really want to tie up flex position as a ruck, is why I've actually got rid of Romo this week instead of doing what I was meant to do. So for me in that order, probably Cardwell this week, Hewitt next week, and TDK a bit of a no for me, considering they've got a 202-centimetre ruckman playing with TDK, and he's meant to spend some time forward this week, and he's got a break even around 130. So I would be going in that order, but again, TDK could go massive anyway against 40-year-old Goldstein.
It also adds in that he's got Gawn and Sherry as well.
Shit, I couldn't read behind me.
If you've got Gawn and Sherry, I wouldn't worry about TDK. I'm only doing it because I don't have Gawn. So yeah. I'd go what Brad said, Caldwell this week, Hewitt next week.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree with what the boys are saying. If you've got Gawn and Sherry, there's no way you go past Caldwell here if he fits your buy structure. Hewitt, you can wait on. You're not going to miss out on anything. Like, he's still going to come down a bit cheaper, whereas Cardwell's going to go up. So I think that's just as simple as that. Lock in Cardwell, and then if you need to grab someone else, grab Hewitt. DWT, better call Brad. Bit of a play on words there for Better Call Saul. Love the reference. Have you boys seen that show?
Nah, that's why I didn't blink.
We can't tell.
We can't see your eyes, but all saying, you could just be doing like your cross-eyed movement and just zoning out.
I have been for a little bit. That's why I didn't read the comment below the comment before.
I don't think I've heard longer pauses between Brad speaking ever.
It's because I've got to think before I speak, and normally I've got enough oxygen in the brain to do it, but tonight I don't. That's
all right. Dragon, why has no one done this for Supercoach before? Piss on a Saturday night. It's the best time to rage. Well, this kind of happened by accident, I guess. Like, it wasn't planned. It's not like I came up with like I'm going to do this. I think it was one weekend where I was just bored and I was like, you know what? Let's just do a stream late at night after a game, see what's happening. And if anything, it got inspired from Brad because Brad was doing late night or later night streams during the week. And I was like, oh, let's just see what happens on a Sunday. And then first stream did well, and then just kind of kept going, and then gave it the after dark just because it was a not so serious stream where we could all just have a bit of a laugh, not take things seriously, have a bit of fun. Because I know a lot of the Supercoach content can get stuck into all the details and get lost in analyzing and trying to make the right call. Whereas I'd say outside of maybe the top 1,000 people that go real competitive, the rest of us are just here to have a good fucking time, and it's just stuck. So, and credit to Brad as well, who's come on for most, and people like Ghosty that want to put their hands up and come on as well. And for you guys that hang around, like we've literally held around minimum 80 people each stream. We've done this, so it's more of a credit to you guys. Like this wouldn't be happening without you guys. So, thanks for showing up and having a bit of a laugh with this and enjoying the community as well. So. It's here to stay, and it'll be around next season and all the seasons to come. So I'm assuming it's just going to get more rowdier and more chaotic as we go on, especially if Brad keeps drinking.
No, it's done well, mate. Like I wouldn't usually do anything like this, but with you lads, it's fun. I always sit up and watch it, so I thought, why not? But yeah, like you said, it's a bit of fun. You're still knowledgeable. Brad's hilarious drinking. God knows, finding glasses and whatnot. Who the fuck knows what he's going to do? So, rather be part of it than, kicking back and watching it. So, yeah, you've done well, man. Killing it.
No, thanks, man. Hey, and first and foremost, credit to Ghosty as well. It's one thing to be on the other side of the screen and not get in front of people and talk and all that sort of stuff. And some people, it's quite daunting to get in front of a camera and put yourself up on YouTube in front of people that haven't seen you before or heard you before and give it a crack. So, credit to you guys, Steve, for jumping on and having a swing.
100% on that as well. Like he's done really well tonight, and very knowledgeable lad. I can barely say knowledgeable, so yeah, and it's a good fun.
If you didn't say something, I was coming straight for you.
Yeah, I wouldn't just glaze over it after all the voice notes and report that we got back here. No, it's very good doing a stream, especially with a different point of angle as well. So yeah, you eat that Ventolin. Imagine paying for fucking air.
That was timed perfect.
Now I've forgotten what I was saying, but yeah, thank you for jumping on, Ghosty. It's been good so far. So,
cheers, brother. Appreciate it. Appreciate all your help too.
No worries.
Rookie hit it again.
No, I'm fucking gonna need it soon in a minute anyway. But yeah, it's shit to pay for air. Bullshit. Anyway.
That was the one time Brad didn't stop and think what he said. He just said
that was the quickest response I've seen him have all night.
It's because he's
halfway through the sentence. He's just like, "Yeah, hit that."
I fucking knew I was gonna cop it too as soon as I brought it on camera. Fucking
shit.
Brad, what would you say to the judge if you're representing Pufferfish on an arson charge?
He's a Hawthorn fucking supporter. Of course he did it.
Like this. No bail. No bail. Brad, have you got any more pods that have been outrageous that you're cooking?
Not really. I think you guys tipped them off on Thursday night. I'll probably have a look at those same guys and go back on the video and actually have a scroll through. But I'll probably assess that Sunday night. Actually, no. Oh shit, there's a game on Monday, isn't there, lads?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, I won't know until Tuesday then.
Yeah, a pod pick is.
I get stuffed. Fuck Macintosh.
X, wait, are you calling Marshall?
Yeah, I don't see a way in my team specifically that I want Marshall at the flex. I've brought in Clark to bank 270k for my last trade. So I've got set and forget Gawn and Cherry, which I was actually going to trade out Gawn at some point this weekend, and shit changed when Neil scored that score. So I've had to hold Lindsay in the process. So for me, Marshall, I bought. We already know from TDK, banked 100 and something K from that, and then he's made me 100k. So I'm just sort of getting out of that pick now that his break even's around 180. So for me, I want Mills in flex, and that's the reason why I got him today. So that's the only reason for Marshall. And Marshall's got a really shit ruck run if you have a look at it too. So he's done his job and he's gone because he's a very hard watch, to be honest. As good as he is scoring, he's a very tough watch, as weird as that sounds.
Yeah, agree.
No, definitely agree. Hunter, fellas, who are your favorite players to watch? Mine,
As in
Probably
Supercoach players
Richards.
to watch?
It's
Yeah.
probably Richards. What about you, Ghosty? Who's your favorite player to watch?
Ooh. From my team, oh God, it changes every week because they usually aren't very consistent. At the moment, like I said, I've had Rao for 2 weeks and it's actually been decent watching him, which is saying something because he's usually a notorious up and down pick, but it's a bit early. So, yeah, look, I don't know. Probably no. You know what? Tristan Cherry, 100%. I've been a big fan of his, so yeah, I'll go Shares.
What about you,
For
Brett?
me, again, Richards as well. But if you're talking about just a Richmond player, definitely Prestia when he's on the park. But Richards for me this year.
Love it. X says Rioli. Very nice. Puffer doesn't lie. Oh, boy. Dragon, Breaking Bad, and Better Call Saul, best follow-up to a classic show in history. Yeah, it definitely is. If either of you boys haven't watched Better Call Saul or Breaking Bad, please go do so. Burners was a great shout. I know Supercoach HQ on X, we were talking about Atkins a few weeks ago. He's been the most consistent player. Nothing under 80. Smashed out a 140, I believe.
Yeah, he had a big score.
At a massive score today. He's definitely a pod.
Can I say Tom Atkins looks like every tradie that shows up to your doorstep?
100% he does.
Good call. Very good call.
He does. He looks like he's there to act like he's working. No, you know what? He's not a tradie. He's the bloody construction stop and go sign worker.
He's actually a Sparky, let's be honest.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Puffer has a good question for you, Ghosty. Lights on or off? Hot topic.
Lights on. I need to see Brad's face. Nah, yeah, lights on. Come on. Could be anyone.
Lights are always off for Brad. He's always got the mask on.
Lights off, depending the kilogram.
Jesus. Oh, man. Dragon, hell yes, lads. I've enjoyed this night. Awesome stuff. Thanks, man. I know you came across from the Insight Boys. So glad you came and hung out with us. Been sick having you here, mate. CWT, tying us back into Supercoach like a good man. Thoughts on Laird? I actually don't mind it. I considered getting him in this week as a rogue pick, but he's been managed a fair bit, and it just scares me off. But he was really good. What do you think about Laird, Brad?
Yeah, he was subbed out about a month ago, and then he got rested. For me, this is almost Tom Stewart vibes. So, and you're paying $50K more. So I don't love the Laird pick. I think the DPP is viable, but unless you've got a really good flex, I probably wouldn't be going Laird. But I mean, this guy's got a better ranking than myself, so he's probably done his homework on Laird and thinks it's a good pick. So, by all means, if you think send it, don't listen to us. You're in a way better position.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. It's good to get some feedback on some picks, but by all means, when anyone makes suggestions, grain of salt. It doesn't matter who it's coming from. Like, trust your gut more than anything. What's your take on Laird, Ghosty?
Yeah, he played. I watched most of the game, and he played all right. I was surprised. He actually took some like decent marks, like intercept marks, and he's not a big lad. So I was a bit surprised, and checking the scores and stuff, and he was up there. But yeah, like what Brad said, he gets managed. He gets, he's an important player for him. So I just think, yeah, it's a bit risky to bring him in. You don't know when he's going to get rested. You don't know when he's going to get managed. So I think they've got a lot of depth that they're trying to, like, Draper can't even get a game. And when he does his sub, Tex is getting rested. So I'd probably steer clear. I think there's better options. But a good player. Good player.
Yeah, I don't mind it as a pod pick, but if you can take the risk of someone that, like, if you've got cover and he's like a rotation, like a loop for you by end of season, I don't mind it.
Yep.
But yeah, Burners has a trade for you, Brad. Shannon Neal to Tom Atkins, lock it in.
Shannon Neal's Naz next week, so this is my burner account.
There you go. We're going to try and fly through the rest of the questions, guys. We're getting close to 2.5 hours. Fucking crazy. So
Cool,
big shout out to you. Big shout out to you two boys for hanging around for this long, and to anyone who's hanging around now. You guys are absolute legends. What do you think of Cameron after he's 28 out of his system of flex? Going to be under 400 most likely. What do we think?
I'm a little bit scared now. You'd have to be almost F7 loop with Simpson sitting at F8 because at least you could loop Jezza.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah. No, I wasn't a big
Jonas.
fan of it.
Yeah, I'm like Mac Andrew just wore him, gave him an absolute bath. Made a fan of Jonas, mate. Nice debut, goes to you, rookie. Don't be a prick and sub him out.
Oh.
I won't. But since when do you ever listen to a coach?
That's it.
Nah,
No.
Ghost is always welcome. I think he's passed the after dark test.
I'll grab some beers next time too, and I'll join Brad, and we'll see how rowdy we get.
Yeah, I'll just be the mediator between the AA group.
You'll be the barista. Don't worry. So you can keep us caffeinated.
Yeah, true. Very true. This is my vibe. I'm glad it seems to be a fair few vibes going around, which is good. Said between happy to get stability. I can't count on him each week. Yep. Fair enough. Luke Jackson, the GOAT, great watch. Yep. Couldn't agree more. Dempsey's son be one of the favorite players to watch, especially when he pushes forward. He is the future of that club. That's like Dempsey's going to be one of their main key players that they have. Like he's so good, and he'll probably like evolve into more of an outside mid than a wing player. He's going to be so good. I can't wait for the older boys to move out and give him like some more opportunity. Yeah. So good. Shannon Neal, I don't know if he's the future of the club, but we'll see how we go. No Tom Hawkins just yet.
Who's your starting pick next year for Pokemon if you had Bulbasaur, Squirtle, or Charmander?
Charmander.
Definitely Charmander for sure.
Who the fuck picks Bulbasaur ever? Like
hippies.
True. Yeah. No, I thought that would have been Bulbasaur, the Leaf Muncher.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
I thought girls only pick Squirtle.
Well, that's how we got him.
Oh, so Ghostie's a perfect fit for After Dark with that sort of comment.
Brad's bringing me down to his level.
He's passed the vibe test. Yeah, Charmander has to be the go for sure. Lights on early with Brad. Yeah, lights on.
Wow.
Kids not light on. Yep.
Oh, this is wild.
Yeah, I'm not going to put those comments up there, Puffer.
You're going to get me cancelled.
Yeah, McInerney 3 round of 106. Yeah, I don't think anyone's looking at McInerney.
I was this week if you watch my stream. I played with McInerney, Keys, and who was the other player? Were you there, Ghosty, for that one? McInerney, Keys, and someone else.
I think it was lost it, but I just can't remember who it was. I remember the McInerney and Keys.
The third might have been Stewie. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Fucking wild picks he got there. Mate, I loved you and your After Dark vibe checks. But I just reached 1K to get monetized. I'm not throwing that away for you, Puffer. Oh, man. It's Puffer, don't apologize. I love it. It just means I'm not going to put it up. So don't stress. I love it. Barry's a good pick.
Oh, it was Barry. That might have been the 3-way that I was looking at before. Was Barry, Keys, and
lights on with that 3-way.
Yeah. You beat me to it. I was going to say. That's a lights on 3-way.
Jesus.
You know what a lights off 3-way is?
Shannon Neal and bloody Toby Green.
Yep. See, we're fucking reading each other's minds.
Same vibe. I love it. Of course he does, Puffer. Of course he does. You will. You'll get me one day. I won't read it properly and I'll put it up and you'll get me good. 100% going to happen. I'm glad you're back, mate. All right. Before we go to derailing, we are closing in on the 2.5 hour mark. Jesus X, I'm not putting that last comment up on screen. That is wild. So wild. Anyway, for the 70 odd of you that is still here at this ungodly hour, thank you for everyone that has joined us tonight. It's been absolute ripper. It's been good to have our usual Saturday night slot back after a bye round for myself last week and not even a bye round. I had a Friday night special last week and I was away the weekend before that. So good to be back. Thanks again to Brad, as usual, hopping on, giving us good laughs, bringing us glasses and masks and having a bev on stream. Just to prove he's a lightweight. Gone cross-eyed for us. Yeah, if you guys have not already subbed to Brad, I don't know what you're doing. Make sure you go check him out. Supercoach Pro and Supercoach Pro 91 over on X, I believe.
Yep. Yep, give me a follow on that if you want, and definitely check out the channel because we're flying at the moment, and these lads have carried tonight with the After Dark stream. I've only had one cancel. I don't actually think I'm pissed, but I definitely will be playing with the other white saber after this.
Of course you will. Try to a picture of Ben Keys. But yes, if you are still here, make sure you give the stream a like. Make sure you hit subscribe. And last but not least, thank you to Ghosty. Big props for someone to jump on after not doing anything like this before in the space. Staying on for the full stream, not missing a beat, passing the vibe test. Absolute legend. So well done, mate. Takes a bit to jump on in front of everyone and give it a crack. So hopefully you've got a bit of a taste for it, and hopefully we can see you around the park in future After Darks and get your own channel up and running.
That's it, lads. No, I appreciate it. I wouldn't do it with anyone else but you, lads. So really fucking fun. Doesn't feel like 2.5 hours, put it that way. It's going quick.
It doesn't. It never does. It's so weird because you sit here and we talk so much trash, and then it's 2.5 hours later. So that's when you know you're having fun, and the community loves it, and you pass the test, mate.
Thanks, Ghosty. It was good to have you on. As Josh was saying there as well, it's always like you never know what you're going to get sometimes when you haven't done a threesome like this before. I should really stop using that word, but you know what I mean? As a collaboration for a potty, you just don't know what you're going to get. But we probably figured by your voice notes that you're very knowledgeable and pass the vibe. So again, both of us, thank you for joining, and I'm sure everyone else loved it as well, as you saw in the comments there.
No, cheers, lads. I appreciate everyone watching, and like they said before, subscribe and like to both your channels and get them up and going. And yeah, no, hopefully this will be the first of many. And yeah, no, appreciate it a lot, lads. Thanks so much.
Very good. Well, good luck to everyone else for the remainder of the round. Hopefully there's less chaos for us to deal with. And with that all said, we'll see you next week for another chaotic and rowdy After Dark.
See you later.
Cheers.